between Newbee and IG. In terms of teams that people are saying are the strongest coming out of China. And obviously they didn't fare too well in the first series we saw. They lost 2-0, and now here against Newbee, game 1, we're seeing the bans coming through, and well, Monkey King's gone. They already had a good showing against them, and I think it could become a bit of a trend that we see Western teams respecting the power that the East has with the Monkey.
Yeah, it seems like a hero that's been kind of put into the Chinese scene faster than the Western scene, which is kind of maybe different to what's normally been the case, where sometimes the West has been quicker to pick up on new trends. Heroes like the IO traditionally were looked at as more of Western heroes, but for whatever reason, yeah, the Chinese scene, I think there's been a lot more match play happening in China with DPL. There's a lot more just official matches that teams play, and I think it's quite a different environment to playing scrims, which is Western teams had to go through over the last few months of training. Like, no one's really seen EG play in many tournaments outside of like a couple of show matches here and there, so it's a little harder to know what EG is doing. It does give more footage for the Chinese teams, like, to study them with, but at the same time they're just more practice on the new patch.
Interesting here as well, Newbee. It seemed to respect the power of the Keeper of the Light, and straight away hesitations following through with that Life Stealer combo. They were ready to open up with this 1-2. Liquid, of course, will certainly be a team that understands, but we see them consistently get it. For GH, he played it earlier today. They have the methods to deal with it. At the same time, they could be worried because they value that hero. They know how strong it is. Still, even though it's consistently kind of 0-3, 0-3, 0-4, gets those minor nerfs, but it's not enough. Doesn't seem to knock this hero away from teams wanting to prioritize him in the first few stages of the picking.
I feel like the Centaur is almost a bit of a block pick. We saw KP play some good Centaur games earlier today as well. Again, with the Dazzle, we've seen the American teams, NPEG, draft some Dazzle. An appearance here by Team Liquid. Anything else crazy is going to come out. Liquid definitely have shown a lot of variety with their 2 drafts earlier today. So the Medusa with the Alchemist, very late gamer, and then they transitioned into like a Drow strat the next game with the Drow Nature's Prophet. So it does feel like Liquid is still trying to find themselves a bit on this new patch.
Ban on Axe, Newbee, taking away the TB. We'll see what they take out 4th as well. Taking their time with this 4th ban, Newbee. We'll see what they do.
5 seconds
Gods, you're starting to sound a little bit different, Gods. Gods? Hello? Gods?
Hello? Oh, and your voice is changing. Your accent just seems to be disappearing. What's
I'm
going
losing my voice, Gods!
Wait, what the hell's going on? Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh, that's weird. I sound a lot better now. All right, well, I feel a lot more American here as we get underway. Folks, if you weren't already privy to what the hell's happening here, it is myself, Dakota, and Fog. That's right, we're having a good old caster hot swap here. Long story short, there is a bit of an awkward situation with one series running longer than the other. So if you were hoping to hear more of your good buddies, David Gods Parker and Odie Pixel, you'll still be able to catch them. It will just have to be on the main stream for the next upcoming series of Empire versus LGD Forever Young. This was originally our game. This was, by the way, Fog and myself were originally scheduled for this game, Newbee vs. Liquid. We studied this series. We were hyped about this series. It was our most hyped series of the day. So we came here and rightfully took it back. So if you don't like it, too bad. Let's go.
Who cares? I'm just ready for some really good Dota.
Hell yeah. All right, so what are we getting into here? Newbee opening up. They got the Keeper of the Light Life Stealer, Centaur Warrunner Dazzle for Team Liquid. I'm sure it was already mentioned. We know Liquid coming in a bit cold here, dropping 0-2 to IG. Newbee coming in quite hot, 0 in their matchup against IG. So.
Yeah, Parker was, when we came in, he was talking about how Liquid looked to have a lot of diversity in their drafts, a lot of versatility. Didn't work out for them. This time maybe they'll start going toward a little bit more comfort stuff, what they've been working with in the past, rather than maybe going for these newer type of drafts and testing.
In addition to that, do you think there was any chance that Liquid just might have underestimated IG maybe?
I think they just maybe weren't ready for them. Like maybe they just didn't do the proper prep. They maybe didn't get a chance to look at all the DPL games, which I wouldn't really say that could happen because Heen and Kuroki are very keen on being up to date, very hardworking guys. They will always do their research. So
yeah,
maybe like we said, this is group stages. I know you don't want to be able to take these light at all, but Liquid probably had these ideas and they were like, this could work.
Yeah,
didn't work. IG also played it incredibly well. So
yeah, you gotta respect stuff like that. OP Tinker has been really making waves in a lot of those qualifiers, and as you mentioned, DPL, and something that Liquid offered to just hand over to IG, and I guess they learned the hard way that it's something you might need to just flat out respect.
Remaining.
For Newbee here, picking up the Sand King right
5
now.
seconds
I think
remaining.
possible fourth position, but I'm looking at possibly the off lane.
Yep, still
Reserve
definitely a
time.
possibility, but it leaves it open-ended. Now they have more kind of like defense things. They have their Keep a Light already to defend the towers, but then Sand King becomes that really prominent defense hero versus on the tier 1s. Once he gets that Blink Dagger, it's really hard to build the pressure, and he gets, of course, the vehicle for the Life Stealer.
Yep. Initiation, you get your team fight. Starting to feel a little well-rounded here for Newbee. Rubik, though, going to be coming out from Liquid.
This is just, that's very comfort Liquid. I don't know if it's...
GH God Special.
Rubik versus Sand King is incredibly good because of the spells you can steal. You can get quite good spells versus Keep a Light, but it's more so just the Sand King, and it's very comfort. It works well with what they've got already.
And, the benefit. I know
10
no
seconds
field isn't
remaining.
the biggest thing to brag about, but it's something. And it does
Yes.
help in the later game when you have all this wombo combo and
5
team fight
seconds
coming in your
remaining.
face. It'll be nice to have that added passive to your lineup. In addition to all the extra armor you're going to be getting and the
Reserve
mitigation
time.
you'll be able to do from that. Plus Centaur with Ags, there's a lot of ways to shrug off a lot of the trouble here for Liquid already.
Yeah, instant disable from the Rubik versus the Life Stealer too. If he gets to that point, so he can't get his rage off instantly. Let's see what
Juicy
Newbee
stuff.
decides to go for here. They've got
I want to probably show your mid game
Yeah,
hand
not
or
just
your
yet.
mid lane hand right away. So probably going to be looking to grab up that solid 5 position. You can get something that just kind of covers all bases, really, but
Yeah, because Kaka was playing the Coddle in the earlier series, and he was
say.
immense. He got like a very early Aghanims around 20 minutes, and then he ended up having like a sheep stick and lots of other items in between.
He's a good 4 position like
And
someone like Cotter.
It works perfectly with someone with a player like Faith as well. Faith is a very sacrificial
Radiant.
player
Oh, yeah.
where he will always make sure that his other support has everything that he needs.
Here they grab up a Slardar. So this does make things a bit ambiguous here because could offlane Slardar, could be offlane Sand King, I guess. They have some options if they want. I mean, it does feel
10
still
seconds
naturally that's going to be
remaining.
leaning towards that support Slardar here.
Yes.
We could even see a bit of a
5
role swap. You're
seconds
just talking about
remaining.
Kaka, Keeper of the Light, but this game they might put him on the Slardar. Faith the Coddle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reserve time.
The Coddle can still be played perfectly fine in the 5 position. It's just you get maybe a little bit of a later timing. But yeah, it's still kind of it's like the same kind of concept.
Vehicle, but lots of melee heroes, so it's a lot that have to kind of get up close into the fight here. I don't know if that's something that Liquid could play to their advantage for these next 2 picks, but it's something that they're on Newbee. See if they can kind of maybe work something into heavy mobility or kiting or some way to avoid the onslaught of these heroes, be able to jump in and kind of get the party started. Good side now. Got our support staff. We got our potential off lane. It's time to pull out the big boys here, the cores. In a series that's a battle of the 9Ks, like, this is ridiculous. And I know this mid lane matchup is going to be super freaking hype. It's like an early preview of the 1v1.
Ooh, they actually go for the
Dire
Alchemist
team
in this.
ban.
Okay, that's kind of early, I feel, but with like the Dazzle and the Centaur, they already have the damage prevention, the ways to keep them alive versus like the massive burst potential that Newbee has.
10 seconds
Now, I imagine this is a
remaining.
miracle grab. It's something he'd been playing a lot through OG. He had
Radiant
actually
team
almost like
ban.
pioneered one of his own build styles at that point.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's going to be. But, now Newbee are forced to play that kind of a game. The Alchemist kind of game.
Yeah, very different style.
Yeah. And it's just something we could see them try to capitalize on. It's one of
10
those
seconds
things
remaining.
that kind of works both ways. And Alchemist is great, but he's going to build up so much ridiculous net worth that it could
5
come back to bite him
seconds
in the ass if they do manage to get a hold of him towards that mid game. Need a heavy purse to Newbee's
Reserve
side.
time.
Gives them that like super late game already with that Alchemist. It's like they still have their carry hero for the last pick, and then it's like Newbee's lineup right now. Breaking high ground is not that great for them. They don't really have an ideal
10
tower
seconds
pusher. Life Stealer
remaining.
has to walk up and rage. If he gets caught by a Centaur stun into a lift, he can
Radiant
just
team
get
ban.
blown up instantly. None of these heroes really want to just like go trying to break that high ground just yet.
Timbersaw ban from Liquid is definitely a bit intriguing.
Alchemist, I mean, the mid lane matchup is atrocious. Like a Timbersaw versus Alchemist, the Alch just gets way too
10
crushed.
seconds remaining.
And it's the burst potential throughout the whole stage of the game that just makes it a lot more
Yeah.
difficult to play the
5
Alch.
seconds
Fair enough.
remaining.
A good old Juggernaut
Dire
going to be
team
coming up for the
pick.
last pick here by Liquid side. What looks like the Batumba Man Jug covers all bases pretty nicely. Could get himself out of a hairy situation if he Blade Furies at the right time.
Pretty hard for them to kill the healing ward. It's like the Coddle is the only one who can really get into the back of there.
That's
because,
true.
Like, Slaughter had Blink Crush, and then you can walk in and kill the healing ward if it's already down. But if he's able to get the healing ward down, it's already 3 melee heroes to be able to get to the back of it. Very good for the Alchemist as well. And it just gives them that like sieging potential.
Very well routed here from Liquid.
Yeah, very
curious to see.
Cookie cutter drafts coming out.
Now for the
5 seconds
triple C hero, Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit.
Whoa!
Much lockdown. They do have the Centaur and the Dazzle, and then Alchemist stun for later on, but no real like it's like a silence or anything on that to just like grab the
no serious hard catch here, except for hopefully the Rubik
Centaur and Rubik.
quick telekinesis. But I could see the Storm end up jumping to the back lines, executing the Dazzle, forcing Centaur to dish out Stampede, and then he just jumps away and is like, all right, Stampede's down, Dazzle's gone.
That gives them the potential to be able to snipe out the healing ward as well. All these different things to get to the back line, as you were mentioning.
It's going to be a fun one here. Battle of the 9Ks again. Alk versus Storm Spirit mid lane. But based on the draft here, do you think you would lean towards the side of a rounded lineup like Liquid, or do you think the 5th pick Storm Spirit could be pretty clutch?
10 seconds remaining.
I think it could be clutch. I'm trying to think about how they're going to like lane these, if they're going to
5
put the pressure
seconds
with the
remaining.
Coddle and the Slardar in the off lane, or if they're just going to emphasize more on the safe lane. But yeah, I think it's pretty well rounded. Like both teams have their strengths and weaknesses, but Liquid's looks more just like straight up. But I really like Newbees because they have the double infest bomb potential too. So could be cool, but Liquid has that like defensive potential. So both drafts are just very interesting.
Liquid's fired up too. You were hanging downstairs in like the lunch hall or whatever you want to call it. And Liquid were having their meeting after their IG performance, and they walked away from the table with Heen, their coach, slamming down the table like, "Let's go!" And I was scared for my life, but they seem pretty hyped up. So we'll see if this one they try to run it back after their 0-2 drop against IG.
So it's Matamba Man, Alchemist,
Prepare
and Miracle
for
Jug.
battle.
It's hotkeys you got. All right, well, let's get into it here. Liquid already.
But yeah, a little bit,
right up.
little bit different though. Yeah, the bo2 Alchemist, I don't really see that too often with the Miracle Jug. I usually see it swapped around. And let's see if they're going for some. So yeah, they have. Looks like they're gonna try to give the Centaur a good start and leave the Juggernaut probably alone in the start.
They got that ward down early for the Cent. It looks around the corner towards that early bounty rune. We have an early smoke coming out from Newbee. Look at this, they're taking it up north here. Right under the vision of Liquid, right under their nose.
Kaka's playing the Sand King.
He is creeping in behind.
4 Sand King and the offlane Slardar.
Yeah, that was definitely a hell of a change up than what we were expecting too. Just kind of shows the continued versatility of these teams, players, and the heroes in this meta. All over the place, but looks like Newbee are not going to get themselves into any sort of confrontation early. Well, I say that, but they're still hanging around that bounty rune top. And what they may or may not know is just around the corner, we got Mind Control Centaur with the Rubik and Kuro's Dazzle, and here they make their approach. I don't know, when they see the full numbers here.
Yeah, they just back off from the Centaur. He's got Poor Man's Shield and everything.
That free money for him.
So 3 runes for Liquid. 3 bounties.
Game. Statistically. See how it works out for him. KP to the off lane, no surprise there. SCP there will have his matchup against Matama Man in the mid lane. GH was floating around the top lane to help the start of the Centaur, but now finds himself towards the mid lane looking to make an early approach, but just behind him, Kaka on the Sand King. As he tries to float around this mid lane, the Sand King will be there to kind of mirror him. It's like...
Yeah, so we're going to have some just like dual lanes. 2 top, 2 mid. 1v1 bottom. I think you have to do that with your Alchemist to help him out versus the Storm. Just a couple lanes in case he just gets rotated. And, I mean, versus the Storm, you always want to be able to just pressure him because Storm is very susceptible in the early laning phase. And as we say this, it looks like Kaka's starting to make his rotation to try to pressure the Juggernaut a bit with the Slardar since they're going to have that like dual stun combo.
Yeah, that will be nice. Try to force Miracle back and under the tower. He's got an extra wave coming forward, which is great for KP. But now Kaka looks to make his move. Early stun. Stack it together. He's going to be forced to Blade Fury and walk away. But no, he's actually hanging around to fight. He's trying to bait him into an awkward situation as GH does rotate over. He will finally pop the salve, and it may be worth it. There goes another Burrow Strike. This one on to GH. Can Kaka make it away from trouble? Ooh, almost got him there. He pops his own salve to be able to walk away alive. GH is trying to cancel it, though, if he can. But it's going to be too late. He got enough life out of that. Both Both sides playing some serious footsie game here, and they'll both be forced to chew through some early regen.
Yeah, both having to expend their salves. Very good bait there from Miracle. Almost ended up paying off for GH with that rotation, but
now we have a 2v2 here. Kaka and GH are kind of keeping tabs on each other. Kuro's still hanging towards the top lane, waiting to make the pulls happen, continuing to make things happen for their Centaur. While U9 has to work under the tower for CS.
UU9 is getting super pressured by this dual lane.
He can't get close for the CS because he risks getting hit with that mighty heal bomb. And there's not a whole lot extra that really Faith can do to stop that. He blasts the lane, he risks pushing it forward, he risks taking away farm. It's kind of an awkward situation. They'll have to kind of deal with it in the meantime, but that is going to be fantastic for someone like Mind Control throughout this game. Top CS, though, is currently going to SCCC on the Storm Spirit here, winning the matchup against Matama Man, at least for now.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
It's just Storm versus an Alchemist. It's just going to be trade farm.
So that's still going as expected with the early kind of dancing of the supports there.
Yep.
Things kind of panning out as expected on paperwork. GH seems to have grabbed an Invis rune, makes his return to the bottom lane, but there's no strong openings. They know Kaka's still kind of off the map and could be still hanging around this bottom lane. These 4 positions just doing their best to be off the radar and keep that element of surprise.
Quiet early game.
Is-
Well, they're trying to make action, but no one.
These
no one
teams
ended
are
up
going to have
dropping.
a lot of respect for each other.
Yep.
And they know that both of these teams can really capitalize on an early advantage.
I think Liquid comes out ahead by quite a good margin in this, though, because they do have an Alchemist. So not only are they pressuring the Lifestealer, but they also have an Alchemist free farming, and Jug is a hero that he can always just farm on his own. Even if he's pressured, he's always able to catch up and be that presence. While Lifestealer, you kind of need your first like your armlet, on a pretty good timing to actually be a relevant factor.
They do have what feels like quite a bit of time for Newbee to be able to kind of hit that power spike to take it back and start, taking advantage of the bounty lead that the Alchemist is going to have. It might be not until Slardar gets that Blink Dagger, and as you mentioned, Lifestealer's armlet here. KP now looking to turn it back towards GH. Tries to muscle him back. GH not looking to kind of swing too much here, but KP has been able to kind of get the creep wave closer to the tower now. Be able to work with it from there. Eyes on him, though, to be that initiator for this game. Or what do you think? SEC gets to like that level 7, level 8 phase, got his ultimate online. Can he make plays at that point, or does he need more?
I don't think he's going to want to be the playmaker. He might be able to like pour it in toward like the end of it and like just clean up, but I don't think he's going to be ideally the one making the plays unless they make like a smoke rotation into the jungle with him and the Sanking and Slardar.
Whoa, did I just see double bounties for Matama Man? No, bottled bounty even taken.
Yeah,
Okay,
bottled,
fair
used
enough. But he's happy to have it. Jungle farm a bit. No one to work with in the mid lane for Liquid right now, but we'll leave it open. More heals out. U9's going to avoid the trouble from that one here. But it looks like he's in more of a comfortable spot in the lane, I guess. Kaka's rotated over now.
Trying to pull the side, they actually get it. That's pretty big. That was like almost a double creep wave that was coming for Liquid in the top lane.
Kuro from the low ground will drop the ward. It gets instantly pinged. They have a sentry for it. They don't, so they buy some on Faith. But that means they can come close now and kind of contest this pull camp. Take it for themselves. Nice heads-up play there from Liquid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like to see Matu actually bottle Crow here, but he actually doesn't go for that either. Not bringing himself any extra regen either. He's just going to, I guess, shrine up. But I'd like to see Matu being a little bit more efficient as this Alchemist this time around. Just like maybe bottle curry, bring a couple clarities for himself, because he's actually not able to spam out his acid spray to his own desire right now.
Allowing us to scoot ahead in the XP department.
Just a little bit. Matu's just going to go jungle, and that's what Alchemists do.
Do you think Liquid should have any plans to try to make the jump on the Storm Spirit? It looks like they're not going to be able to do it before level 6, though, so they're just going to have to let him go. Yeah, there's not a lot of rotations, really, from either side. This is a pretty passive start, while both sides are just respecting the laning phase here. No team is kind of overstepping their boundaries. I mean, that's when you know you got two good teams. No one's making those mistakes. No one's making those openings for the other team to capitalize on. It's just, I don't want to say a full mirror match, but these are two teams who have a very polished laning stage.
Yeah. It's like you could like change stuff up, and like we could see GH trying to make the moves for the mid lane, and they'd make the Alchemist get like maybe 1 point in stun, but that's not the game plan that they're going for. You know, you can tell what they really want. They want to farm. They're fine with this. They have an Alchemist.
Yeah.
I don't think Liquid really is too much a factor where they care. They have an Alchemist who can pull Aghanims to every single hero, Moonshard as well to the Jug. They don't mind just being as passive as possible, but
Speaking of moon
only
shards,
6 minutes in, so.
oh, hold on here. Kaka going a bit deep, scouting here. Spouted as
Radiant's middle tower
What's
is
up,
under attack.
you line him here. He's got a Tranquils.
Storm coming with a haste now, though. Kuroki
Okay.
could be in trouble. Might not
Turn
see
the
this one coming.
corner. He does not have a level engrave. Oh no, he did save a point, but he tries to put in the point, but he gets instantly blown up before he even gets the chance to get the grave off, and it's going to be Newbee striking first.
So you asked if the Storm would make the move. I guess if he gets a haste rune, it happens in that
The
situation.
time is
Yep.
right, and he's not done yet. He now just ball lightnings through onto this top lane. The first rotation going to be coming in. Blast could be there with the burrow strike. The heal comes out though, and so does the grave. But U9 has made his move, and it looks like they're going to be eating Centaur tonight. Yummy, yummy. 2-0 start for Newbee.
Very timely haste rune. No wards on the map for the side of Liquid yet either, so they had no idea that what rune was coming out. So a little bit behind on the warding game from
So go
Liquid.
figure that the first time like one of these teams is able to kind of pounce and make an opening, it's RNG of a good rune to show up.
Well, RNG,
you know?
but also Kaka's positioning was
True.
very ideal. Like he waited, he was very patient with the way he was playing.
Very true, very true. Without his positioning there and that kind of know-how and intel, I don't think those openings would have been there for SCC. Though.
Yeah,
Credit
I
to
like
both of them.
I like this a lot. I just like what Kaka's doing a lot in this game so far too. He puts a very deep ward now too, so he's able to watch where the Alchemist is farming. So they're just you can see with the perspective what they're doing.
And now slowly approaching towards this bottom lane. Between the two of them, they could get some serious lockdown, but they will need to soften up Miracle quite a bit. They hit him up with the early amp damage. Call that anymore, but I forgot the real name.
Corrosive haze.
Corrosive haze.
Yeah.
The corrosive haze is on. Can Kaka find the opening? If he gets a good burrow followed up with a crush, maybe it could be enough.
Yeah, if they're able to combo it perfectly when he's sitting at maybe 60% HP or 70%, they'll be able to get him.
I see GH who's trying to come around the corner, looking to go for a bounty rune, but look who's there waiting for him. A jumping from SCCC. He goes for the telekinesis, but Kaka's also there. Oh, they
Going for the
turn!
courier.
They get super greedy. They want to get him and the courier, but the courier will be able to make it away.
So that's
He
the
goes
move.
down.
That's the move that I was expecting to happen. Like the moving with the Sand King and the Stormster rotation like that. Into
Wonderful
enemy
start
jungle.
here for your Storm.
Yep. Goes picks up the early arcane boots, so he's always able to have the maximum efficiency with dropping them and using his bottle, as well as dropping them and getting chakra magic.
Chakra Magic is
Yeah.
a mobile gas station here for your Storm Spirit. He's going to be elated to have him in the game.
Still no wards placed on the map from Liquid just yet.
Uh-oh.
3 already from Newbee.
Okay.
Bottom
there's
lane.
the Crush.
Pressure.
Is Kaka going to go right for the burrow? He does. But do they have enough firepower here? He does have an Omni if it really gets hazy here, but doesn't look like he'll be able to step off, pop off the ward, and be fine. Just kind of putting a bit of a threat there. GH has made his return now. Smoked up. They're hoping to go for their own opening, but at that moment, Newbee's already made their exit, looking to go to hit the showers, it seems.
They have another smoke up on them. He's picking up a point booster, and they do have a smoke on Kaka, so wouldn't be surprised. Is it right there?
Sweet purple stuff. Now,
This will probably be the kill on Matumba that they've been wanting.
which he's still highest in net worth here. Could be a nice little swing.
Yep, he's very far up.
Let
This should be an
me
easy one.
soften him up with a blast for you. Boom! Now the jump in, now the burrow, the crush, everything they got to dish out. But they can't
my
do it!
Goodness, yeah,
He toggles the ult and the stampede,
Oh my God.
toggling the armlet all along the way. Matama Man just avoids a 3-on-1 gank. Are you serious?
That was 4, wasn't it? That was Sand King, Slardar,
You're
Storm,
right.
and
That
Coddle.
was a 4-on-1 gank.
4-man gank. So he gets the armlet toggle, and then GH throws the Rubik, the Fade Bolt on them, so they get the reduced damage. So he's able to get the toggle, and then the Stampede able for him to just run and escape. That was really well played by him. I was 100% sure he was going to get bursted down. Bottom lane now, Kuroki gets isolated.
Yeah.
And he gets brought down.
Salty jabs onto Kaka in the meantime, but certainly will get dropped. We're giving a lot of praise to Liquid avoiding a gank, but 4-0 still for Newbee. They're the teams that are being the aggressors.
That's that avoiding a gank is massive though.
It is true,
They
yeah.
committed heavily for it. They used the smoke. They even used the shrine to go for that gank as well.
Yeah.
They do get the dazzle afterwards in the bottom lane, but they want to slow down the Alchemist.
That could have been mega crippling to
Yeah.
Liquid and their approach into the mid game, but it looks like they will be able to breathe new life into the hopes of their Alchemist play here, while Newbee sliding into some damage on this tier 1 in the bottom lane. Matama Man steps away from the mid lane and now shows up in the bottom now, so it looks like he's going to be residing here for a bit of farm. And Miracle, okay.
Yeah, he just wants to defend this tier 1. losing your tier 1 this early gives them way too much access point to your jungle, which is that jungle is just way too important as an Alchemist Juggernaut lineup.
It's time to give supports some lanes too to kind of get some XP here. We might see GH just kind of go to that mid lane and try to. Well, it looks like he's already got his level 6.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's got
Steal
the
that
Arcanes,
illuminate, illuminate me, illuminate you. Fun mid lane.
And let's see, UU9 went for the Midas, so they already know this is going to be a long one. Playing versus an Alchemist, you have to be greedy in some manner. But another smoke coming out, Kaka and SCC. These smokes that we were talking about, Mind Control. Does have Stampede up. He has a full hood finished up too, so he's extremely tanky.
Yeah, but he's going to get spotted here from U9, and they'll converge. Now, can he shrug off this trouble? Well, there's no trouble to be had. They'll just cross each other's path. Now SC's like, no, I'll commit half my mana pool to jump in for Mind Control here, who will easily pop the hood.
Forced reaction.
Does force out a TP. But maybe a little ambitious if they were hoping to kind of get the.
It was like kind of. It was a kind of cute they like walked by.
Hey,
each other,
wait a minute. Was that a centaur?
Where'd he go?
Newbee will miss the boat on that one. Mid lane, burrow harassment with a blinding, with the illuminate there. We'll do a little bit of work, but pasty.
Very.
So Faith is going to go right for the Agnum Scepter. I wouldn't mind him picking up Wind Lace there for the extra move speed, but gonna play the greedier road. Can't blame him though. I mean, you have physical hard hitters like your Jug, like your Alk. Blinding Light is going to be a very valuable tool.
Middle tower is under attack.
And another deep ward from Kaka.
Yeah, you can already tell like the pace of the game is that Liquid isn't going to be the ones like really on the offensive too much. Oh, GH might actually be able to get.
Oh, they got him.
A high ground, nice play there.
Wonderful flank there between Miracle and GH, and add that to the charts. What was that? 28 Omni Slash.
As they don't want to be too aggressive. Oh, and boom, they make an aggressive play with this one. No, that was a good rotation. They had the high ground vision that they placed earlier, so they did see him jungling very low. But if you look at their jungle, if you look at Liquid jungle, they have 3 wards defensively placed. So they really want to emphasize on just being able to farm their own jungle and just get those kind of like clean gold.
Because they neglected on having so many wards earlier, they have just 4 wards on the map right now.
5, actually.
Oh, yeah. They're just covering the whole field. So this is their time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They haven't really been able to add too much pressure onto second in net worth right now, of course, to the gross lead of your McCullum Alchemist, but he is finding his way towards an armlet.
He's about to have Radiance.
And we have a Blink Dagger on Slardar now, too, so they'll probably be looking to make that debut soon enough, and it's going to be towards the top lane here. Nine could jump in the back of him at once, but
he doesn't have that armlet though, like we mentioned. Like you want your armlet to be able to do that like massive burst. He only has the Midas.
Might just kind of hide in the dark here until that time is good to go. But it looks like Liquid have pulled away from that top lane altogether and are making their approach elsewhere here. And back to the grind of farm here. As Miracle has the bottom lane to work with. SCC. Right to the Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's pretty close to it.
So is this like one of your Bloodstone, then Orchid kind of pickup games? Or should he adventure elsewhere after the Bloodstone pickup? I don't know if like you're going against a Jug and Alk that maybe an Orchid isn't as relevant and you'd like to get something else.
It's too good versus the Dazzle and the Centaur though, right? To get in the back lines and stop the Stampede or the Grave. You can stop like both if you see them, if you have the vision of them.
Jump in, silence Dazzle while you're taking another target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just the standard, you know, Bloodstone Orchid.
Cookie cutter.
I'm keeping an eye on Faith because he's farming incredibly well. Halfway that Aghanims already, and this is I mean the 5 Coddle, quote unquote. I mean Kaka's kind of been playing as the 5 this game, but he's not buying the wards.
If you have an Ag by 20 minutes, like I feel like you're having a great game.
Yeah,
but if he gets it sooner,
Mind Control, get spotted. Top lane,
lead in, crush. There's that blink showing, and he is going to be surrounded quickly by 3. He's able to pop the hood, but SCC has showed up and is going to be able to kind of finish things off. GH will be able to make it away, but that's a Stampede down 2. 4-man rotation for that one. People pull ahead 5-1.
Radiance online for Matu, and GH does steal that Burrow Strike from earlier, so it's like probably the best spell that he can steal almost out of any spells.
What is that? Oh, they pop in the back of KP and go right to the bottom lane. They're not stopping there.
Oh, they saw Kuro drop the heal bomb. They're going in on him.
And he is gone. Man, coast to coast kills from Newbee. I love it. And they're going to be moving right in for the tier 1. So efficient, taking advantage of this power peak.
As soon as he gets the armlet, yeah, they go for that play with Blink Dagger Starter.
So good. Faith also just 900, 800, now 700. Jesus, away from finishing out that Ags.
He's actually, wow, he's that close.
Yeah, I mean, passed on that win list, and I guess he wasn't, you know, well, the ward bitch, really, this game. It was Kaka.
Well,
so.
he was buying them, and he's been handing them to Kaka. So
I guess
but,
just,
like, him not having to run around and place them does let him just, like, kind of sit and be able to farm.
That's true.
Kaka's just kind of the playmaker with SCC. See?
And Liquid's attention have been mostly into the northern jungle of Newbee, so he's been kind of hanging out in the other side of the map, farming all through there, and then the lower half of the jungle. So he had a safe spot to kind of build that farm too. Here we have towers taken down from both sides. Faith will look to finish out that said Ags here in the top lane. We got Mind Control muscling forward, trying to get into that Blink Dagger. That'll certainly help. An initiation tool here for Liquid. But otherwise, it's still building up this monster here. Radiant's done.
Bot's done.
Next. Yeah. The ever-growing beast. We are going to have to acknowledge at some point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking about right now, is acknowledging the Alchemist. Are they going to be able to burst him down properly through this very defensive draft from Liquid?
Yeah. Once they feel like they're in fighting or pushing shape on Liquid, I don't imagine they're going to be letting him be on his own too much. He has been done himself, but he will probably be hanging by his allies here. Stampede, is that top lane? Yeah,
looks like they were trying to get the lift or the burrow strike from GH, but yeah, unable to get in range.
He's got that Axe, by the way, on Faith, so that's en route.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, to be honest.
The Uber man. Pull around U9 or SEC if you'd like. Oh, looks like they've spotted Kaka here, invading. Tries to go and hide into the sandstorm, but they have a sentry in the pocket ready to go. SCCC rotating on in, but now he's surrounded by near 5 Liquid members. Go up to the neighborhood, and Newbee, get the hell out.
Yeah, more deep wards placed from Kaka. That one wasn't spotted, but I think they might check that hill soon. Yeah.
He's got another one over here. Oh, this one's actually about to expire, hence the new one planted.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, we haven't seen too much of Liquid kind of being more proactive, but they pop a smoke now.
Got the Blink Dagger now, finally on the Centaur.
Yeah, I feel like what they were really waiting for, being able to kind of get the fight started on the back of Mind Control here. And
they're baiting SCC right now.
Yeah, they are. Oh, we'll see that blast. They'll know someone's hanging in the trees nearby, but now they smoke, and Newbee could round the corner here.
I can't believe he has an Aghanims already. It's daytime right now too.
Oh,
this could be really big.
It's a level 4
Newbee.
Illuminate. That's a huge. That's like a mech. That's like a mech wave flying through your team. Oh, long jump in. See you later, Dazzle. That defensive tool is going to be gone, but GH has been able to steal the ball lightning. Avoids the extra trouble.
Picking up 1 kill is pretty sweet though. It usually will open you up to get that tier 1 now.
That crush bomb is just... Dazzle just has no chance.
Oh yeah, a lot of heroes on...
Heal my way.
Majority of them will die actually if they get hit by the crush bomb and there's no one there to follow up.
So can Newbee just pressure objectives now? Is that going to be a good thing to do against this Alk who's still trying to like bulk up a bit? They might just 5-man here. Look at this. They found the stack of Ancients too, and they'll just take it.
Tripled Ancients. I think they can probably just do that, but I think their play is going to be when they have the Desolator on the Lifesteal, just go for the Rush. However, it's nighttime now, so it makes a big difference. This probably was where they might feel a little bit more reluctant to just keep that pressure on.
Oh, they found the courier heading towards the top lane, and they'll take it out.
Okay, so SCC is going to be just going for Bloodstone into straight Shivas, not going for the Orchid to get into that back.
Okay, SCC, he's going to be the one spotted now. Oh, GH uses a little bit of medicine against him there as he jumps into the ball lightning, gets the telekinesis, and they'll take both him and Kaka down, and this will open up an opportunity for Liquid to move on to their next objective. Could be Roche, could be mid lane, could be the Coddle that happens to be hanging out nearby, and he will eat a mighty stomp and an Omni Slash for his troubles.
Didn't back up quick enough as soon as it got turned into nighttime. Liquid just able to capitalize on that with the Centaur Blink Dagger. And the GH Zip, just excellent play there, being able to get the lockdown needed.
SC trying to farm within the trees, but still gets spotted again. Will they mass walk him down, or will he be able to jump out? He makes the way, just barely, about 100 life.
Wait a minute. Is that... Hey, why do I see a Desolator on SCCC? Oh, it's the Lifestealer's Desolator. I was like, wait, he bought a Deso on Storm as well? He's just bringing it to the Lifestealer.
Oh,
Because he put it in his stash, and it wasn't showing that it was Kaka's when or it wasn't showing that it was UU9's when I was mousing over it. It was just saying that it was his. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. How the hell did he just get Odesso?
Insta new meta hacks. What the hell? Well, we'll be able to hand that one off here. A bit troublesome there for Newbee as Nightfall does come down, and Liquid are able to kind of get things closer to even here, 5-7. Try to take a look at my net worth graph.
Yeah, they've got an Alchemist. They're always going to be leading.
That's true. XP, though, a bit closer.
Yeah. This is, I mean, it's looking great for Liquid. Newbies, you can tell they're always on the aggression. They have to be. They're always the ones on the onus to just put the pressure onto Liquid, because Liquid's just like, okay, we're content with this. We have Alchemist, you know, the Aghanims, the Moonshard pooling, etc. It's just incredibly strong.
Looks like they've been able to ping out.
He's already pre-weaved here. That's the thing. He is pre-weaved already on Matu.
The pre-weave. Plus 20 armor right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if they spotted that and were waiting to buff out. Way.
Yeah, they were. They were pinging out. And also they were, it looked like Newbee was thinking that Liquid actually had a high ground war because they were non-stop pinging it because of that preemptive weave. But now they just go for the Roche instead. They should be able to bring this down very quickly with the Desolator Amplify. Corrosive.
Corrosive haze, or what is it? Bash of the Deep? Come on. Is that really the best name you can come up with, Frog?
Dude. The Deep. He is I mean, Slaughter has the fish, you know, he has the light thing coming from him, so he's a deep fish. It's the Bash from the Deep. Oh, come on, man. I like it. I think it's very clever.
Suck up.
So, SCCC picks up the Aegis. Any other big pickups? No, he's still just going for that Shiva's Guard, as we were mentioning. Kaka's... does he have the Blink Dagger finished? Yeah, he does have the Blink, so he's going to be going for the Yules afterwards, and Faith going just for Glimmer. Standard items. KP, since it's an offlane Slardar, he wants to be able to scale as well. Going to be going for a Midas, but I don't know if they're putting enough pressure on this Alchemist still. He's able to just do his Alchemist thing.
Yeah. The bigger purse to pick up for Newbee if they do manage to bring him down, but he's been doing his own thing here, still farming his way through that bottom lane, as Newbee are looking to go for their own trade here. Wipes out another steal, but he wants to grab it. Ah, doesn't get it. Rubik takes it and flees. Or SCCC has the chance to make the jump, but they'll take their tier 1 and they'll walk away from it. Overall, how are you feeling? I mean, I'm still feeling like, you know, Liquid are bulking up pretty nicely here. I would be a little concerned for Newbee. I feel like, I don't know, like, you want to say that Newbee need to kind of be more proactive and try to, like, you know, push things forward, but do they have the tools necessary to even do that?
It's just because of the positioning where Liquid is like fighting. Like, look at where Newbee's forced to take these fights. It's like right next to a tier 1, right next to a tier 2. KP getting gone on in the mid lane, gonna get bursted down from the center.
A wonderfully set up there from GH with that ball lightning, and they're not done yet. Stampede on forward, looking to go for Kaka, but a jump-in bomb does come out, and they're going to quickly shred out the Dazzle. On the other side, they are going to be managing to burst through, forces down a buyback from KP, looking to go back in, gets stomped from Mind Control, and he goes down right away. A dieback instantly going to be taken away, but on the other side, they are going to be able to burst through Miracle. Now they're looking to Mind Control, and it looks like Newbee still will be able to get the laugh at the end of the day here. Finally able to muscle him down, the only survivor being Matama Man. It did cost Newbee a little bit, though, but are able to kind of get the better end of it.
Yeah, it was like the instant that Liquid actually makes some more of an aggression play, moving away from their side of the map, where they've been getting, you know, Newbee's been running and making the aggression, and Liquid's kind of been coming out well. This is the one time that they go and make the press forward, and they actually get punished for it. Nice little buyback from KP. I mean, he didn't really actually do anything with his buyback except for dying, but he forced people to use spells on him into the back line. So
he forced Mind Control to jump onto him and use everything he had, which means at that point, Mind Control had nothing. So I'm sure KP's okay with that.
It's very hard. It's a very hard game for Kuroki to be able to stand in the right position, because he's not able to get really any farm in this game, so he doesn't have anything like a Glimmer to save himself, nothing like that. So as soon as he steps up, he's just going to get gone on right into the back lines until there's like, you know, the Centaur Aghanims to be able to at least try to help him. But that won't come for a while until Alchemist pulls it, more than likely.
Faith summoning forth more Newbee friends here. As they just dropped a sentry but didn't take out the ward, it looked like. It's definitely a sentry up there, but look. Back up through. Alright. Faith picking up next after we got the Axe. Going for Glimmer?
Just Glimmer, yeah. Just board items.
I like Force Staff. Glimmer will definitely force all the extra magical burst, plus getting someone out of there in a very sticky situation. Fusel now done for Miracle here.
Invisibility.
Farm, farm, farm.
And GH has got his blink dagger. I don't know how old that is, but
He had it. He's got it like a couple minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
This could be a big payday.
Wow.
Big payday for
Kaka with the
Newbee.
positioning.
Oh, man. They had not been able to take it down, but if that's a 3-kill streak plus, you know, the ridiculous net worth.
That was
that all went to 9.
patience too. He was sitting there like waiting. The Rupik was right. GH was right next to Matumba for a while. As soon as GH starts moving out, Kaka starts channeling.
Hit for Newbee here. It puts him on the up and up, and it's a hard hit for Matumba Man. And I'll have to wait 40 seconds to be able to get back into the grind here, but it's not going to stop Newbee from advancing forward and trying to pressure and take down these tier 2s if they can.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Towards the bottom lane they go.
Almost has. He's about to have Shiva's finished up. AC finished up on the lifestealer now too. So they do have some good damage potential right now coming out with these two.
Tower in the books while Miracle does his own split push thing.
Radiant's bottom tower.
These towers are very important though now. Now they have full access to Liquid's jungle, which really hurts Alchemist.
I mean, they could get a gem here, skip to Faith, and be able to kind of totally control vision.
I think that's going to be his. He's probably going to put it into his quick buy right after this Glimmer Cave finish. I wouldn't be surprised if see it come up in a second.
Board's planted. They look to head on back. Shiva's now done. He has E9
claimed,
ready to go.
Now he's going to double back for the Orchid into the after the Shiva. So he just wanted to have more defensive potential.
I mean, up to that point, they were getting good jumps onto him where they were able to burst him down through a couple of stuns. So nice to have the extra durability. Be able to survive through what could have been first place from Liquid. Obviously, will also slow down the physical DPS that they're going to be dishing out in this game. Liquid Smoke now.
GH did steal Epicenter in that last situation, so looks like they did want to be able to use that as well. Go for an aggressive play.
Blink Epi Rubik? Oh. Right up through.
Great awareness from Newbee.
But yeah. Well, maybe they even saw the smoke. They're just waiting way back there. No one's in any lane, really.
Yeah, it's not, yeah,
no one's jumping KP bottom. What's going on? And they show themselves in the mid lane and will have to be forced into going for the tier 2, which looks like they will be able to easily claim. Newbee are waiting way back, preparing, softening up the wave with some illuminates here, but they're happy to wait indoors until Liquid are forced to step off. It looks like that's going to be the case now. Forced to attend to the top lane, and they have to attend to the bottom lane. And this could be Newbee's time to roll out.
Yeah, it looks like it. See a line drawn.
Did he already have the AC on the Lifestealer as well?
Yeah, he picked it up, I think, like 2 minutes or 3 minutes ago.
Kaka's got that. Duel's done. His way through the bottom lane here.
Very farmy game, as expected, with an Alchemist. Kaka. Set up for bottom lane, but...
See the hesitation even now by Miracle. He's not even feeling too comfortable.
Yeah, he's
putting
like,
himself out in that lane.
I don't see anyone on the map. He's like, I only see UU9 farming our Ancients right now. I'm not really too sure where anyone else is. Yeah, I can't walk up those hills when the rest of his team is top. No one defensive sitting behind him.
The opposite before you see Mamatama Man, the top lane, no one really contesting it, so Newbee are definitely up to fishy stuff right now.
He's got the Octarine finished up now on Bo2, and he's going for that Shiva's Guard, so he's going to be giving that driving force, that Alchemist that we just love so much.
And then he's into Agnums. Agnums for everybody. So who's your #1 Ag guy on Liquid for this game?
Probably GH. I mean, we obviously would want to give it to Centaur, but Centaur's already building his own, so I would say GH after that.
Yeah.
And then probably just... I'm trying to think of what the Jug or the Dazzle. They're both good. I'm sure it doesn't matter. It's up to them. I'm pretty sure they would give it to GH first, though.
Yeah. Clutch on the steals even in the game. And the setups. And after the push top lane, it looks like Matama takes his business back towards the mid. Newbee have been kind of on hold a bit. I don't know, maybe they're holding out for daytime here, but...
yeah, they bought the gem as well. And now they've got their...
Get the gem, they can get daytime. They could sweep through the Roche pit area, take out all the vision, and then take the Roche. And go back on the offensive once again. Put pressure on Liquid to try to test that Roche.
Kuroki just got a lot of wards down, scouting out both river sides, both river areas, scouting out the Roche as well.
Holding a good chunk of sentries too. Gets the vision in his own jungle.
got to hang out until Sentry's 2 and for the fights for the Sand King to make sure you can't just get multiple Sandstorms off, and of course the Glimmer Cape.
Now Newbee will spot out the Roches up here. We got about 30 seconds until daytime. Newbee could look to get it started, but
I think they wait. Yeah, I think they wait.
they have good vision on that side of like north towards the Liquid Secret Shop. If anyone's going to be coming. Oh, they do.
Yeah, they
have
just saw ma2.
Oh, they just put that
pick up the
down.
Shivas. Yeah.
Okay, so they got a good. State that. Got that gem.
They're ready to go.
They're going to come on through now, and they could take out those wards.
Liquid just smoked. They pre-weave as well. Looks like they're going for a big engagement with ma2 being 6-slotted now.
If they spot him and see the early weave, it sense something's up. Liquid are heading down. Potentially away from where Newbee are.
Oh, illusion room for ma2. There we go. Cash money. Push lanes out as well.
All over the place. All right, Liquid creeping
go.
away towards the mid lane.
Now
just on
Newbee's
the
got
other
the
side.
smoke. They might be able to get the advantage here, but Liquid's waiting in the tree line.
Show themselves in lane, and they're going cross country here. They're drawing out to go all the way
Second smoke
through
from
into
Liquid now.
the bottom lane. Liquid are waiting behind Matama Man, hoping to bait him.
Both teams just used like expended. Yeah, they used expended 2 on Liquid, 1 on Newbee.
We'll see that ward now. Quickly take it out. I don't know if Liquid saw that. If they suddenly realize they just lost vision down
Kaka
there.
just walked right into Liquid.
Oh, hey everybody! But
They see Kaka on the high ground with that ward though.
and they get him. They go right away, get the instant telekinesis, and get the instant takedown. That vision.
Yeah, Kaka no idea that ward was there. GH was the instant lift.
And they frantically run back to Liquid, go for the Roche, while Liquid look to make a push happen in the mid lane. They've already got the tier 3 down. They're going to be going for racks. I think Newbee have to double back, and they will. Good force by Liquid. Jump in from SC, jump right back out. Jump in bomb on from Matama Man. He's going to need assistance. They don't have a Stampede.
He's so ridiculously tanky already.
He's shrugging it off, pops his Shivas, charges out his stun, throws it on the old man. Follow up
Chemical
crush.
Ranger's down for 5
SC
seconds.
needs mana, man. He's going to have to get back and get some mana here. He's trying to bottle his way into some more mana, but Newbee dishing out everything they can to hold this high ground. Looks like they will be able to at least save the racks here. But as they step back to get things back equalized here, get some health, get some sustain, that's when Liquid could double back and go for the Roche themselves. In fact, they're going to get the Shrine because the tier 3 went down. Free money, and now go into the Roche pit. Big turnaround here for Liquid.
Yeah, as soon as Kaka was coming back, they were like, okay, we gotta be a little bit careful. Don't need to break a high ground when there's a Roche up. That's very scary.
Awkward. SC with a long jump in, but Faith already recalled him, so unfortunately we'll lose some mana from that. But he gets it back here, and they get to the Roche area in good enough time that Liquid are going to be not able to kind of easily do it.
ma2. For a play here. Onto
Down
Kaka.
there. Kaka pops the Yules, burrows to the side. The crush from KP creates the space, but it's U9 who's going to be able to get the quick slice and takedown. Both Miracle and Kuroki going to be taken out of this one. Double stun comes through from GH, pops up the E-Blade, tries to go for DB, but gets quickly taken down. Stole the epicenter, trying to make some work out of it, but gets dropped first.
Oh,
and now the mana leak forces Matoma to get stunned on up, and they will surround him and finish him off. 4 go down. Newbee beeline it back for the pit. I unfortunately didn't even catch like the beginning. Like U9, they must have instantly just jump bombed and taken out Miracle and Dazzle.
The Kuroki and Miracle were standing kind of on top of each other, and he just gets the Orchid off on top and the pull onto Miracle. And yeah, they burst down both with the Basher as well. It's just way too much burst now coming out from Lifestealer and Storm, that backline. Just instantly, as soon as they see the Dazzle, the fight just becomes a mess. Very well played there by Newbee.
Went from a situation where Lyrical were pressing to the high ground, taking a tier 3 and taking a Shrine, and now it's Newbee taking it right the other way here. Probably looking to see if they can force Alchemist to dip into his piggy bank and pull out that precious buyback here. 35 seconds he has to wait otherwise. Jump in from SEC, looking to go for some backline grab with the bomb. Oh, nice setup, nice quick takedown. Mind Control going to be taken out right away from this. U9 now godlike in this game. SC jumps on back, but Tamaman does do the buyback, but gets blasted away from that blinding light. Newbee came in and they got what they wanted.
Yeah, they actually have so much burst potential now with the amplified damage as well as the AC and Desolator. KP isn't even level 18 now, or he's almost level 18 now, and that's going to be even more, so it's going to be like minus 30, whatever, 32 armor on any target that they want to go for.
Gonna be a tough pill to swallow here for Liquid.
Now Abyssal Blade now finished for the lifesteal too, so even more lockdown. And he still has another item slot to be able to replace.
Yep.
Still, he went for that Midas, so if he wants to go for like the MKB, if he really feels like it's necessary versus the Miss, he can. Whatever he opts for, maybe even a Bloodthorn himself, who knows. And it looks like it's going to be for that Bloodthorn.
It does look like
okay,
Storm's going to be going for Lincoln's too.
Switched for Daedalus now on UU9.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he had the Bloodthorn picked up, but then I guess maybe he just like instantly switched up. They want to have that like quick burst.
Yeah.
We saw that coming into fruition earlier as well when Envy was playing the Shadow Fiend.
Yo, long jump bomb. Top lane, but getting back into equalizing out these lanes a bit.
Oh, I didn't even count the Solar Crest, so it's like minus 44 armor, sorry.
Oh, I thought that's what you were counting.
No, because it's 20, 12, 7, and then 5, so math.
One's starting to get pretty loaded up here for Newbee as far as farm goes.
Yeah.
Coddle has more net worth than Mind Control Centaur right now.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
That's like, and remember we were saying like, this is like a 5 Coddle.
Yep. Yeah, Faith's playing it too, but guy can farm. Now it's Liquid here to make something happen. It looks like they're clumped as 5. Just the good old college try down the mid lane, it seems. No smoke approach or anything. They're just taking their parade down here.
Now Mind Control does have the Aghanims finished up, but the one thing about this Centaur is he may have the damage reduction when he uses the Stampede, but if you're looking at him without that Stampede, he's sitting on like 10 armor on the Centaur versus the minus 40 that is potential coming out from Newbee. So he will be very squishy if he gets caught by those.
That's true.
It's like you have the, you have your 4 seconds of your 40% damage reduction, but when that wears off, you are very, very squishy to the side of Newbee.
Looks like Liquid have been able to kind of finagle the way over to the second shrine. We'll at least claim some extra money for everybody.
Miracle's even recognizing that this armor thing is just becoming way too much of a deal. He's going to even go for an EC on the Juggernaut.
I mean, he was able to pull up the stat game a bit by getting the Scotty, but for how fast he died in that last trade, doesn't even feel like he's that stat heavy, but the armor, try to help that a bit. Liquid will double back.
Newbee playing very patient. I think they're feeling like, they're like, oh, you know what, Liquid probably thought that they had the late game, but we're scaling really hard.
Yeah.
We're 6,000 gold lead versus an Alchemist. I mean, of course, they don't know they're 6,000 gold lead, but they probably can feel how much of an advantage that they have pressing on. And they've got Midases, they've got Slaughter, he's got the potential to grow a lot, as well as the Storm still. Storm's going for that Bloodthorn.
Early pre-weave here, as Liquid there are going to be venturing open to the high ground of Newbee. Say Newbee has a blind blink stomp too. Uh-oh, they found KP, they're moving in, they're going to connect with the stun, they're looking to go for the finish, but they're jumping from SEC, looking to go for the backlines. Can he get the burst finish on Dazzle? Yes, he can. They're hitting him right where it hurts. GH will be able to blade and make it to the high ground and out from trouble, but they re-engage onto the heart of the fight. Blast flying on through, but Summerman's still holding his own. A giant Omni Slash will come out and manage to burst through the ages. Knight should be going down next, and they will get him down. Return of the life from SEC will be able to get the finish onto GH, jumping in and back out, but he's surrounded by 3 here. And with those kind of numbers, they're going to have to pull all the way off.
GH picking up a godlike streak there from the kill on UU9. Yeah, he just got pretty much the entire Omni Slash hitting the Storm and the Lifestealer. And it looked like it was an Aghanims Omni Slash. It looked like it was a lot of... it was an Aghanims Omni Slash. Okay, I was like... He looked like he was slashing for a very long time. Yeah, so that one already paying off.
First Ags went to Jug.
Yeah, and pays off pretty massively in that fight.
Not enough for Liquid to follow it up with any objective game here, and it looks like Newbee are already on the prowl once again, so feels good for Liquid, but they still will need more.
Absolutely.
Shaking up a bit, though, and handing over quite a chunk of change to Liquid from that takedown onto 9. Still waiting for his return.
Man, Kuroki's just having like an impossible game for himself. Like he can't reveal himself at all. He just gets instantly jumped. Like, I think he threw out like a shadow wave, and then UU9 and SEC just zip right through to try to get him.
What was that?
Or not UU9, Kaka and SCCC.
it's ridiculous. It's like, do you even get Aether Lens just so you can cast from further away? It's out of control. The second they hear the breath of Dazzle, they're quick to jump.
Very tough game for him, yeah.
I think I've even seen like a clutch grave save. That's how much of a factor they've been able to kind of take him out of the fights. Able to division and get right back to the mid lane here. Those Raxes are still exposed. Love to be able to siege away here, but Newbee have their own strong high ground defense here. Keeper of the Light, of course. Defend off Liquid in their approach.
Crazy amount of disable coming out from Newbee too. So it looks like Matama Man's feeling a little bit pressured by all of it. Gonna have to go for a BKB himself.
They are kind of rounding the corner from each other here. You got Newbee hanging on one side in their jungle and Liquid hanging again towards that. What was the old Dire secret shop? But daytime now? Yes, it is.
Long stun from the Aghanim.
Blink back, waiting for the counterplay. That's where it happens. Mind Control looking to move for KP. Blinding Light will bump them back and away as they continue their chase, but they go back for the backlines once again, and they'll quickly burst down GH. Mind Control and Kuroki also on this side. They were able to get the catch on the KP, but at what cost here? Is it cost also their own backliners? Now Matama Man and Miracle trying to pick up the pieces, and together with Mind Control trying to equalize this fight. Re-engagement as they spot out the Coddle on the low ground. Try to quickly take them down, and they will do so.
That's a gem on the deck.
Yes, it is. To the high ground, back they go, though. SC is able to jump in. They look to get the surround play on Matama Man, and they will be able to potentially burst him down. They get it. Two split apart there for Liquid. Left Matama Man on lone on the high ground, and that's when Newbee could kind of capitalize. So
I think it's really like kind of funny, but also like says like how much these teams actually understand what they need to be doing in the fights on their decision of targeting. Newbee just bypass everybody to go for that Rubik and the Dazzle, which you would expect.
Yep.
But all the way to the right side, while on the all the way on the left side, Liquid are like, the Rubik and the Dazzle are dead. Let's kill this Slardar because he's the one that matters the most. It was just like that separation was really funny.
It was unfortunately just after that got a bit awkward. That's where they saw the call to the low ground, and they kind of left Matama Man to his own devices on the high ground away, and that's when Newbee knew they could just pincer right onto him and take him out.
Looked like Liquid maybe had a little slight miscommunication there. Matu wanted to press forward, but then they spotted the Coddle low ground and they went for him instead. So
okay. Ooh. Oh, GH trying to go for a cheeky little swipe of the Burrow Strike here. Gets hit with the Yules. Oh my God. This is some high-level Dota for sure.
Yep.
Barely dodging each other here, using the Force Staffs, making the most of everything they have in their inventory. That's just supports.
Buyback is back online. They're trying to force that again. It is, however, nighttime now.
Yeah, just unfortunately right as they make their high ground approach. But Newbee already here. Lead in Burrow. He pops the Ghost Scepter, eats his own Burrow, moving from SEC. Blinding Light bump back. Mind Control now stuck on the low ground. Epicenter comes out. They scoot him back behind, and they're going to be able to get the finish on Mind Control. But Matama Man is holding onto that buyback. Needs 7 more seconds to make his return, but it might be too late. They've lost their Dazzle already. They've lost their Rubik. Newbee are going right into the Tier 3. You know, here's the return. Just as Matama Man comes right back to life, that's when the buyback comes out from GH, and that is when Newbee make their leave. Or does it? They're actually turning back a bit here. Maybe Liquid are assuming Newbee are running away, but they're not. They jump back in and looking to go for the quick pick on Matama Man, but can they get him down? They look to pull him in, but he gets forced out to safety. Mind Control looks to re-engage, gets hit with the stun, and they're going to be losing KP on the side of Newbee, but they could be losing more. Burrow locked down, and they will burst down and finish out U9. Unfortunately, this re-engagement will not work out for Newbee.
Yeah, they had the high ground vision there. They tried to go for the Alchemist, but with the Manta, they actually only got the Illusions, and then the, double 4-step coming out from the, double 4-step or single 4-step? It looked like a double.
It was definitely at least one.
It was one, okay. It was just one. So the Rubik being able to 4-step Alchemist away from the Life Stealer pretty much saves his life because Matu was Bloodthorn there. He was going to start getting chunked down very quickly.
Yeah. It was a gamble, a bit of a greedy play with that kill. That was a bit of mid lane Rax.
Yeah.
Potentially a second set. Now a buyback going to be forced out from KP. Liquid kind of reposition here. They pull out the weave and they're saying we're going in. We're not looking to walk away unless we get this Rax first. SC jumps in. That's when the Blade Fury comes out. And they look to kind of get the finish at least for the ranged Rax if possible. Jump in from Mind Control. Gets out on the stun. SEC kind of locked in the horns here. We'll be able to finally jump back and away. Goes all the way to the fountain to kind of re-heal up. The buyback is going to be forced out from U9. Tries to get into action here. Liquid still not looking to fully pull out here. They have been unable to finish off even one Rax yet, but they have been able to kind of force Newbee to go into the piggy bank here, dish out at least a buyback.
Yeah, KPs have been buying back, I don't know how many times this game actually. I think that's like the third or something.
Yeah.
About, because he's been sitting on the same items for a very long time. He's not really scaling on this Slardar.
Yeah. Obviously forcing out the U9 buyback is also pretty juicy for him. And now they're looking to head out. Look who's going for a re-engagement now. It's going to be Liquid already waiting on the high ground. Brilliant setup, but a monster burrow strike comes out from KP as a response. And that's going to allow them to kind of get the setup as they go for the back line. Take out the Dazzle right away. They look to get the setup. The Rubik's also going to be going down. A jumping from Kaka. Is he going to be able to get the mighty monster epicenter? Now they look to go for Miracle. They hit him with the Abyssal Blade. They're looking to lock him down, but Mind Control with the stomp follow play is going to be able to clear the space to get him into the Blade Fury and head to the low ground here. KP trying to TP. Will be able to make it out just in time. On the high ground, though, it's U9 muscling down and finishing out Mind Control here. And now Liquid,
they have to run off. S-Triple-C's respawning. They've got the recall for him, too, if they want to. A-Fate's bringing him in.
They're bringing him. Get that guy here.
They're looking
go
for Miracle. Miracle's got
to
a spin TP out, and he's going to be able to get it off here.
He's gone, and they'll have to settle for Roche.
Yeah. Jesus, these fights.
They're ridiculous.
The Force Staff usage was insane on the Storm Spirit, saving him up there, and then the follow-up crush from KP, and then Kaka with the burrow onto the
That
epicenter.
burrow, like, they had that jump in, and then the burrow just sliced through the whole team.
And stopped, like, all of the aggression.
They were, that burrow wasn't there, that would have been a monster fight for Liquid. That was ridiculous.
And there's something, too, that's, like, really important to point out in these fights that a lot of people, like, we've talked about a lot, but vision in fights. These teams are putting down obs wards during the fights to make sure they can see everything that's going on. They're saving these obs for just engagements.
Yeah, that's why like after the fight's closed, you're like, oh, these are some weird wards all
they
stacked
have,
on
like,
top of each other
yeah.
at the same time. But you know, vision is so key in this game.
Yeah, for the Centaur, for the Dazzle, even for like the Coddle and the Storm.
Look for your pubs where people are just going to spaz out obs wards during your fights now.
Ooh, S-Triple-C. Got an Aghanims queued up on the Storm Spirit.
And as we know, it's got that sexy multiple vortex pull or whatever.
Yeah, and he actually goes for the 0.75 increased talent as well.
Pull it into a crush, into a burrow. Pretty damn handy. Pull in the mid lane here, hiding under vision. Ho. May not know how close he could be to trouble, because the gem was on Faith there nearby, but he just was a little out of range. This is full daytime, unobstructed vision. They have 3 minutes still to work. This is like your best chance for Newbee.
Yeah, Matama Man's about to have an Abyssal Blade finished up on him, so got rid of his armlet. Then he's going to be able to give away a couple more of those precious Aghanims.
Roll off. Pretty close game here. What does it say as far as the network goes? Still in favor of Newbee on this one.
Mm-hmm. It's just because of how farmed, I mean, all of their heroes are. It's not like they have, they don't even have a 5 hero. They have like everybody's kind of just like, the Sand King, the Coddle are far ahead of their off-lane Slardar. But that shows, gives a lot of testament to how sacrificial KP is as a player. Even though he's kind of like struggling, he's getting some decent decisions. And when he does buy back, he forces people to use spells on him and just dies anyways.
And then you have Kuro, who just still has that sad little medal.
Poor little Kuro.
Little feeder medal he's got. But can't blame him, man. I mean, that's just
such a hard game.
That's the respect by Newbee, just recognizing that he has to go first.
Such a hard game for Kuro.
Newbie, shape up through that mid lane, still have another shrine to take down if they'd like. The Liquid are hanging towards the northern part of this map, and it's a bit uneasy to kind of head into that high ground territory, so wait it out right now. But they have the ball in their court.
They've got the Aghanims.
By ball, I mean Aegis here.
Aghanim Storm with the Lifestealer.
Oh my god. Well, I can't wait. Let's see here. Looks like Miracle just steps out.
I don't think I've seen it in a pro match.
Really?
I think maybe only once, twice. Not often in Aghanim Storm, that's for sure.
It just auto-triggers once you use Electric Vortex, right? It's not a separate skill, it looks like. So
no.
It just grabs everything
Yeah,
in
it
the
grabs
area.
everything around you.
Cool. We'll see what kind of use they can make out of it. What's the range of how far I wonder it could grab people?
You can mouse over it. It's the same as
okay.
Yeah, it's 475.
It's pretty nice. All right, now it's time to get that other shrine down. And, back the other way we go. It's going to be Newbee looking to make their advancement. They have 1 more minute of daytime. Not be a whole lot, but just enough if they want to at least get the finish on what looks like this tier 2.
UU9 did finish up that MKB as well.
Still has that armlet he could swap in for the Aegis here, but
Yeah.
he's getting 2 critical mass pretty much. Moon Shard is the next thing on his docket, so yeah. He's getting fully decked out. What is turning into nearly an hour-long game 1 between Titans. Be Liquid. Battle of the Blue.
This is pretty much all up to how the engagements go at this point, just because of how even these two teams have been playing.
Really going to being a broken record to say that obviously a Liquid dropping those first 2 games against IG makes it more precious for them to walk away from this series with 2 wins, hopefully. I mean,
yeah.
Only the top 2 from each group going to be making it into that upper bracket here. And Liquid were coming into this feeling like probably one of the favorites. Winning Star Series just under a month ago. And feeling like strong competitors here, but we'll be giving them a run for their money. These Chinese teams giving them a run for their money.
Absolutely, yeah. Kuroki now finishing up his, he's got his Solar Crest. He's got not just a medallion now. Got an item.
Oh yeah. 2-9 in the mid lane seems a bit too easy. So, obviously a bait attempt. The Lotus Orb now. And hit him up with, uh-oh, they jump into SCC here. They'll see Matama Man like, you want to bait? We'll bait our guy in the mid lane. How about that? It's going to make the jump. Look at this standoff right now.
Aegis just got reclaimed.
I don't think... Newbee are definitely not running into that high ground here.
Yeah,
if
Radiant
Liquid
scan.
are watching the timer, they'll know that Aegis is down.
Yeah, Liquid just got a nice scan, knowing that Newbee's all over there. Or at least a couple of them are over there.
Newbee will pull off. The illusion too, it looks like. So Newbee will round back the corner and possibly take their business towards the bottom lane. It seems. Unai continues to wait into the backpack of SCCC for now. Liquid have still not shaken away from this positioning either.
Yeah, they are not leaving that area. They're like, nope, high ground's ours, sorry.
It is definitely making it very tricky for Nuke.
Everyone's going for their... Kaka even has Moonshard queued up on the Sanking, dude.
You can hand off Moonshards.
Yeah, exactly.
So that could be something for the Storm Sphere.
Could be for one of them, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I've even farmed up a couple of Moonshards on Coddles in games too, so it's not the craziest thing. Mid lane though, that charge starting up down below. It looks like they're able to kind of get the lead and grab. Stun's coming out, but he's got the Lotus Orb on, so he can't really commit it. He'll eat the stun himself, but now be able to shake it off as they look to make their move. It's going to be U9 who's trapped within the mix. Jump in crush comes out from KP, a slide in crush of his own from GH. And now Miracle dishing out a hell of an Omni Slash between them all. Will slash right through Newbee, wiping the floor with 4. And it's only Faith, the lone old man, trying to make it away on the back of a freaking Glimmer Cape here.
Oh my god. That follow-up stun from GH was actually so perfect. Mind Control gets like a 2 or 3 man stun. GH slides in, gets a 3-man stun on top with the Omni Slash just coming through.
Yep.
And this Juggernaut is 6-slotted, so that Omni Slash with the Aghanims as well just brings them down so quickly. I didn't even see if there was a weave thrown on top either. They just died so fast.
There are buybacks available on everybody but KP this time. And 10 more seconds for SCC. He does not want to have to use it, so they're going to have to lose their racks in the mid lane and try to work from there. Hard hit for Liquid. Liquid go to the top lane now. Storm's back. How can they stop this one? Tier 3 already down. Oh, maybe not. Miracle happy to wait out the glyph, and they're going to go right in for the racks too. Can they do anything about it? The long jump comes in. There goes the Agnum's pull. They'll hit him right away. He steals the Remnant, gets the lift. Burrow Strike flies forward, but still not enough damage. Follow Burrow also going to be there as it's responded right back with the Lotus Orb. Newbee step back, create a little bit of space here. Don't want U9 to get quickly bursted down, but Liquid are going to be able to get the finish on the racks here.
Can't burst anyone down with KP dead.
Moving back in and moving right on out.
The retreat.
Liquid get in and get it done, man. Hell of a great fight. Allows them to take not 1 but 2 sets of racks. Newbee now backs against the wall here.
This so much like the Centaur Aghanims with the damage reduction on top of just the lockdown that came out from GH and Mind Control, just
pipe, the weave.
Wow,
this is so much.
Impressive. Just KP is just I mean, he's the 5 on their team, and I feel like he really needs to have something else to be able to just like weave in and out of the fight, because he's jumping in once, he's only getting maybe like 1 crush off, and then just getting annihilated.
It's so tough in these kind of games,
Yeah,
because it feels like when both teams have their full 5 at attendance ready to go, one's going to make the initiative. You burrow to one side, and then you'll have a jumping crush from Mind Control, and then you'll have a sliding crush coming out from KP, and then you have a stolen crush coming out from GH. It's just absolute leapfrog with these teams over each other.
They have like 3 heroes that they want to be able to bring down from Newbee, but now with the Centaur Ags and all these, they're too tanky.
Now, I have a question for you. You Lotus Orb yourself and you get pulled from the Agnums? I wonder if that reflects it back.
If you have an Aghanims yourself, yes. It reflects the polar on you.
Ooh. Well, Centaur does have an Ags and a Lotus Orb.
So if he does get it off, as long as the Vortex is
Newbee
targeted on...
Smoked,
No,
approaching
actually,
from the
that works.
north, but they just miss each other. Liquid are also smoking right through that mid lane.
No, because you don't target it anymore, right? It affects everybody in the radius when you use the Vortex now.
Fair enough. I haven't played Storm with the Ags, but that makes sense. Quick
Newbee
takedown.
grabs himself the Aegis.
But as they make their way back up to the high ground, Liquid could be there waiting for him. Oh, man. Unite tries to walk up, but they get a huge monster pull coming out from SEC. There goes the blast. Can they shrug off the damage? GH is already down along with the Dazzle. This could be Newbee's time. Lead in. There goes the burrow. Is it going to be enough? Epi does not seem to get enough damage in there. Omni Slash now flying out for Miracle. Buybacks come out. GH back in the game now. U9 could be pulled back. SEC gets the double pull. And it's going to be the takedown of Miracle here as SEC looks to get the takedown of GH. It could be a dieback here, a very risky one for Liquid. While over on the other side, it's Matama Man caught deep on the enemy's territory.
That 4-man Electric Vortex into 4-man Burrow Strike?
I thought for sure
Oh my god.
that knew we were about to walk into a terrible situation, moving up into that high ground, but SCCC just jumps past all of that and grabs the backliner.
And UU9 instant rage too. He was like walking up the hill and he raged. He was like, nope, I know you guys are here. I know something's up. Like they did get to have that ward down to catch like a little bit at the end of it, but still, that was very quick rage and very quick jump from SCCC.
So you have Miracle without a buyback for a minute here. I don't know if Newbee are be able to work with that or not. Trying to still reset all of the lanes as they are. Trying to make a new approach. I think 40 seconds is
What
a
did
fair amount of time.
they expend there? Did they used the cheese, I'm positive, right? Yeah, they used the cheese, because now SCCC has a cheese on cooldown. So he was able to use one of their cheeses for himself to bring him back up there in that fight.
He's got a new cheese now. And they're making their move on the racks. Miracle just got his money for the buyback, it looks like. Good buyback now, but 20 seconds seems a bit too close, and you're already 2 racks up. It's okay if Newbee do manage to take 1 down. They'll at least get the melee, and that's all they actually want. They see that Miracle's coming back, and they don't want to risk it.
Everyone just got moon shards queued up in their inventories, even though the UU9 has a moon shard already eaten, and he has another one in his queued up. He's like, I want to give you one.
Connell will get a moon shard probably by the end of this game, I'm sure. No moon shard yet on Matama Man, though.
Yeah, he gave it to Miracle. And then he also gave an Ags earlier to GH a couple fights ago.
Yep.
But Kuroki's just going for small items. He picks himself up a drum. He's got another item.
I'm the support.
Yeah, he's trying to do his job. He's got like the hardest job.
1-11-11, man. It's a hard game, but hey, better time to peak than now here. Liquid will roll themselves back through the lane. A ridiculous game.
Even the engagements, you can't even tell who's going to win like 10 seconds into the engagement because they just keep going for so long. That's how durable everybody is at this point.
So glad this game was not a one-sided affair for either team. It being just as close as most would suspect here. Still a journey ahead of him, though. They're taking over as far as the top net worth, thanks to all the extra Ags and Moonshard money. But
so Miracle got rid of his boots entirely, and he has the BKB, which he used in the last fight. So now it's down to 9 seconds. but no boots at all on him.
Yeah, a bit slow.
He does have the butterfly.
He can't
and,
TP either.
Yeah.
That bit. That's. No man. It's not like it's not like you have a Coddle on your team. By the way, Coddle has an E-blade. Now? Okay.
Yep. He's like, I don't have room for a Glimmer Cape, guys. Sorry.
So wherever Miracle goes, the team's going to be there.
Yeah.
For now, that slow warrior is in the bottom lane.
Okay. Crush on.
Are we going to miss? Look at that. Look at the positioning for Kaka. Kaka is in there. They spotted him, but he quickly goes out. Oh. Select. Steal.
Yeah.
Suddenly Kaka has 2 burrow strikes. What? Okay, the SCCC bomb. There.
The patience by both teams.
This is so crazy.
They just pinged the DD rune. Oh, this DD rune bottom. They're like, this is what we need. This is the key to the victory in the team fight.
Oh, man. But do Newbee see it, and they're waiting for the bait?
I did not see it.
Can I take this?
Miracle's like, I gotta wait as long as possible to take this.
It's gonna take me forever to get to the fight.
Oh
like
my
I gotta grab
goodness.
it and then just run my slow ass all the way to the fight with it.
All right, Roche. Long respawn, 4 minutes.
Liquid. Make a move before that Roche.
Nobody's just in their base now too. They're chilling it. KP now sells his Midas and picks up a Shadow Blade. I was like, wait, what did he sell? I'm pretty sure he had a Midas, yeah. Picks up a Shadow Blade now to try to go for those back lines. Getting a little bit more crushes off, maybe be able to survive.
Right, do Liquid try to breach and try to get a catch here? Kaka's just waiting there in Sandstorm. Okay.
1 minute until daytime.
Very awkward situation. Liquid obviously not too comfortable just kind of throwing themselves into the base in fear that their backliners could be jumped on. Okay, but that's the weave. Twitter going in. They want Megas. Here goes the stun. Lotus Sword. Tom is, I'm not going to get anyone. I'll run back.
Yep, Manta dodges it. Yep.
He's so cool. So freaking tense.
Yeah, it's
My
just
God.
like they're both just like staring each other down.
Just as hype as we were expecting. This is it, man. Could be one and done here.
It's one mistake.
Yeah.
Could cost you the game. Especially at where the position of where the fight can be taken. The Storm could have like 3 lives or even more than that with the cheese. The position that he's in around the 3 shrines and near his base. Liquid really has to be careful the way they take those type of engagements. And yeah.
Such a thinking game right now. I'm wondering if it's like for Liquid, is it Kuro trying to just formulate the game plan and put it out to his team?
Neither team really wants to like be the ones to start the fight because then
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, the counter initiation potential is just too high.
There's way too much counter on counter initiation game. It's like a total leapfrog, like I said. One will jump in, then the next team will jump in, then they'll fire out.
And then a Lotus Orb reflects
Yeah.
the ass, and then this, and then all over the place. Ping pong, ping pong.
It's crazy.
Liquid does have 2 lanes pushing in it onto Newbee's side constantly, though. So they're able to position themselves on that bottom side.
Okay, though. But we have smoke. Movement from Newbee. And a game plan. They've drawn on the mini-map here, but the same game plan has also been drawn by Liquid, maybe with the foresight to see Newbies on their approach here. A fresh daytime is before us. And we got Miracle slowly blade fearing away from trouble. Initial lead in from the crush. The log jumping from SCC looking to go for the backlines. We'll keep eyes there. Can they get the burst? The instant Rubik takedown. Plus Miracle locked up in arms. Kuro is going to be able to get the grave off on himself, but that means Miracle's going to be left to his own devices. But he seems fine with that. Pops his BKB. Now the Omni Slash that's going to shred right through KP. And it could be Newbee on the full retreat mode. They've already lost 2, but the buyback going to be forced out. They re-engage. They look to go for the jump. Can they get the burst? But Tamaman going to be going down. Does have a buyback.
Oh, Mind
Jump
Control
back
was
from
in
Mind
too.
Control. He was so deep in there. They'll finish him off. He also has a buyback. We hold this fight.
KP and Fate buybacks. Yep.
They were totally split apart. Liquid, Matama Man, Mind Control way up north. Miracle hanging back side by side with Kuro. Fight being totally split apart. And these supports are just like, we can't do anything about the Storm. And it jumps in, just blows them up.
Haste.
We'll see if Newbee can make their way across the map and force out some buybacks. They get the buybacks forced out. Do they pull away?
I think so, yeah. I don't think they can really force it too much. What did U9 replace? He picked up a Maelstrom, now he's going for Mjolnir.
Did he get crit before or no?
Did he actually finish the crit? Too many items.
It's crazy. Oh, Armlet. Armlet's gone.
Yeah, he placed. Yeah, okay, you placed the Armlet after. You're right.
Going in, jump, pull out. The buybacks come out from Matama Man and company. The blasts are there. Newbee trying to step off and make some space here for themselves. It looks like they may be able to do so. They have gotten Liquid to
double buybacks were expended, and like you said, as soon as those were, they start to back up. Maybe they might go for a re-engagement, but nope, their two side lanes are pushing in very hardly. But they can always recall the Storm after he pushes it out. We'll see if they want to do something like that. And it looks like S-Triple-C now gonna be going for Dagon 5. I mean, these items are all just gonna be swapping and changing now.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be all over the place.
Nearly 70 minutes in. This has got to be the longest game of DAC so far.
Yeah, and I do believe it is.
For sure. And Liquid now with no buybacks. They want to go and take it to Newbee, while Newbee are trying to reset and get a new game plan going to try to close it out. They make their move right away. Jumping in for U9 and company here. Can they be able to get the burst through to get the finish? They can. SEC going to be going down now, and they're looking for U9 next. The blinding light is there. He quickly jumps back, quickly infests, and tries to make it away from trouble, but he pops back out, and they're going to be able to get him down. Both of them do have a buyback here. Liquid going to be going for closure, so those buybacks need to be forced out. First one there. Storm with a lower death timer. Can wait.
That's a pretty risky play, but also very good play by them. These, you know, it's high risk, high reward at that point.
Yeah.
And they get the reward this time. And now it's going to be going for the Roche as well.
Haven't seen Liquid be able to kind of maintain the Roche and get the Aegis for themselves really much this game. And now they'll have the extra life, but who do you give it to? Who do you give it to? Everyone's so decked out. Oh, it's going to be Matama Man. He's going to put the Shivas into the backpack along with the cheese and try to make it work with that. I mean, he does lose a chunk of armor. He's like, I actually need
passed it up. Yeah, he needs the armor.
I need the armor. And opts to be slow along with Miracle. Just so slow.
I want to see what Miracle's, which one he's replacing. Because
So
he has Abyssal Blade coming out, that's a big pickup. Okay, it's the Diffusal too. So now he's got more lockdown for the Storm and the Lifestealer. Like, they actually can't man-fight this Juggernaut at all. He's very impossible to bring down if he's not completely controlled. Super tanky in his damage potential with the evasion.
He has no TP back, though. And I thought for a while, you know, Thumbman did keep the boots in the backpack, but it's like, if he also has no TP, like, what stops Newbee from a crazy backdoor play if they manage to get one of these lanes pushed? I don't know. This game's crazy enough. Who knows what the hell it's going to be coming down to here.
Yeah, both teams are just like, okay, now neither of us have buybacks on our main guys that we want, so we both have to be a little bit patient.
Game 1. 2-game series.
Ridiculous.
I don't know how much this is going to affect the schedule, but I would imagine you're expecting to see some overlap in these games, ladies. Here comes Liquid. Right under the vision. Be watching this approach. Reading these movements. Yes, they do. They'll see the ward there, but Newbee are already on the way. Trying to catch him while they go for the D-ward.
Oh, he gets
beautiful catch! SCCC, my God! Gets a beautiful pullback onto him, is able to burst right through Mind Control and the Dazzle, but can they get the clutch finish here? Liquid able to hold their ground and fight it out with their own Abyssal play. Can they get the burst through? They're still holding on. Blinding Light to bump them back, and now they look to focus and surround Matama Man. They will get the Aegis down. Sliding and scooting away, GH trying to make a retreat. Forced to leave, Matama Man back in behind. Him and Miracle, the slow movers, trying to get out from this one. Matama Man will get burst down. He has no buyback. Frantic to make it out. Omni Slash is there. SEC is going to be forced to go down and go right into a buyback. KP, no buyback for him. GH re-engaging, will end up losing his life. But as Miracle makes his return, he should be also going down here, and he will get dropped. He does have a buyback, but Matama Man does not.
Was that a 5-man Vortex?
It was monstrous.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous. You could still see though that how strong Miracle really is. They even just were like, we can't just fight him when Matamba Man is up, and when GH is up, we have to just ignore this Juggernaut, bring down Matu, then we go for the Jug when he's isolated. But S-Triple-C with this like 4 or 5-man Vortex with the follow-up.
It was
Newbee. Oh my God.
Read the situation so well. They saw Liquid coming up from the bottom lane. They saw that their body language saying, hey, we'll just go for this D-ward and That's when Newbee are like, hey, let's catch them while they're not suspecting an approach. And they get him right from behind. And now Newbee are inside the base, and they don't have a Alchemist or a Centaur to defend here for Liquid. This is all on Miracle. This is all on Miracle and GH and Kuro.
Looks
but
like
they're already
could be
down.
the Megas, yeah. Should be the Megas. But they can't fight against the Megas. Just it's very difficult.
Omni/ready. Blast flying through the mid lane. Tier 3 down. They're looking to go for the Megas right now. Glyph forced out. SEC jumps in, gets a pull on both. Miracle and for the Dazzle, they will be able to burst him down. There's going to be no grade for Miracle. They jump back, get the finish on the racks, and that's going to be Megas unleashed for Newbee. As they try to make the retreat, though, they will get the bro connection. SEC re-engages back into the fight once again. Miracle will get that finish for Kaka. Kaka buys back, though. They know that they're going to go for the win. Another double pull comes out for SCC. Is it going to be enough, though? They managed to stun him down. Miracle getting locked in his place, and he gets bursted down. Matama Man will be able to tag in and help out. But is he the man that's going to be able to do it? Newbee may have just gone a bit too much. He ends up getting reflected back with the Lotus. Then they send him back the other direction with his own Lotus. But it is it. That is over. It looks like Newbee have finally been able to do it after 72 minutes. What a ridiculous game.
This Aghanims pickup by SCCC was genius, and we did confirm now, by the way, that the Lotus Orb does not reflect it. It does not reflect it. I did see it in those last 2 ones because you don't target anybody. I was pretty iffy about that.
But how often do you get to see an Aghanims? And now you see Aghanims like that. We might be seeing more Aghanims on Storm Spirits. That was nuts. That was nuts.
The resilience by them in these fights.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to what is quickly becoming one of the more hyped series of our day-to-day, Newbee versus Team Liquid. ridiculous over 70-minute experience of high-level play between both these teams has finally earned Newbee the victor in game number 1. But here we are back at it, Fogged and myself, ready to present epic game number 2, we hope.
We learned a lot last game. We learned that Storm Spirit gains Black Hole.
Yeah, certainly
No,
does.
If you did not watch this last series, if you are just tuning in now for this Newbee Liquid, I highly suggest watching game 1. As Triple C had probably one of the best Storm performances in quite a long time. Some incredible Aghanims. Yes, I said Aghanims, Electric Vortexes. And not only that, he was 44 out of 46 kill participation, I believe you were saying before. So definitely go back and watch that one when you guys get a chance. But now, jumping into this one, a little bit of change up in bans. The Monkey King makes it through. Liquid grabs it up right away.
All right, so GH, I imagine, is going to be our Monkey King player. I have personally not seen this guy play Monkey King.
I have not seen
He's a 9K god. I'm expecting 9K Monkey to come out here. But not hesitating one bit here. Newbee, go right into that Keeper of the Light once again, possibly for Faith, and then straight to the Nyx Assassin. You know, credit to Faith, man. He's, you know, typically one of those hard 5-6 positions, but he found the farm and grinded away in that first game and got a good time of Ags.
Liquid get their Invoker, though, this time. It's been banned every single game versus them here. It's been Wisp Invoker has been banned nonstop versus them, as you would kind of expect, versus GH and Miracle.
But we do get this is great because we're gonna get Miracle versus SCCC in the mid lane.
But it was also, this was a, you know, they knew this Invoker was coming 100%. That's why they pick up the Nyx already. They were like, okay, we left the Invoker. We know what we're already going for. We know what we're going to play versus. So that's what I would expect as to why they would pick it up. The Keeper of Light, I think this just might be Newbee's best hero. I think just like the way that they play around it and everything. They kept this Aghanim's always like 18 to 20 minutes. It's pretty absurd. And he's very good versus Monkey King, as we've seen multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
He drops his ult, you blinding light, that Monkey King ult is just gone.
Yep. Blast him out of the trees, blast him out of his own ulti.
Exactly.
And takes him right out of the fight. I love Keeper being used that way.
And later on, once you get your Aghanims, you're always able to spot where the Monkey King is lurking inside of these engagements. So I really like this approach already coming out from Newbee. The setup, they look like they have a nice, clean idea of, toward what Liquid already is kind of going for.
You know, that's the deal with the later portion of the game with the Monkey King. The Monkey King is hoping that he gets all that mileage done in the early game. Jumping through those trees, having those surprise jumps, and really causing a bit of a ruckus, you know, similar to how we'll see Earth Spirits play in a lot of the games, just trying to make a strong early game impact.
This Lifestealer hero, like I feel like this hero is coming, like I'm not saying coming back because it's been around, but it seems like to be super powerful in this tournament so far. Like every team that's picked up a Lifestealer, I feel like
every team has like
really
a Lifestealer lineup and a Lifestealer player. I mean, IG have gotten huge success in DPL coming into this tournament with Burning's Lifestealer. We saw earlier MP find success. Aoi had a Lifestealer in that game. Like
just now U9, like everybody's having pretty good success with the Lifestealer.
Pretty sure we had a Lifestealers in our first series of the day with VGJ and whoever the hell they played. But for here, we're going. Oh yeah, LFY, that's right. Jug gonna be the tried and true pickup here. We saw it in the previous game of the Miracle, but now it looks the Newbee side.
Crystal Maiden.
Possibly U9 if they don't give it to SEC in the mid lane versus Invoker, which I've seen that matchup before, but I don't know if this is the time and place. And then Liquid go into a solid Crystal Maiden, battling getting the extra bit of mana throughout the early game.
I think it could be maybe possible they go for like, I was gonna say maybe Lina for SCCC, but then versus the Monkey King Invoker could be a little susceptible to the move ganks, and you know, scale is hard. I think Newbee likes to scale a bit more. But Lina has been coming into fruition a lot more. Yeah. Looking at Liquid's bans, the TA and the Naga, I think these kind of like are total, but since they have the Invoker, they want to have the Invoker with a good matchup, and then they don't want to deal with the Coddle Naga split push, you know.
Could we see the Swag Fiend, or do you think he's also susceptible to kind of the early game movement too?
It's one of his most comfortable heroes.
I mean, to see like a Miracle Invoker versus like an SEC comfort pick in the mid lane, like very high. Who the true mid lane? I want my preview to the 1v1 right.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Maybe they'll think in a bit. Curious if they usually run this Nyx as an offlane pick KP, or if they're going to be Kaka. I think they ran it on Kaka in their earlier series.
Earth Spirit.
Nope, not this time though. Earth Spirit comes out now, which makes it a bit more clear cut, more position roaming Earth Spirit, and it's going to be a Nyx Assassin support. And then look at this pickup from Liquid. Nature's Prophet comes out. They had this in their first series, but they ran it mid lane under Matama Man. I don't know if that's going to be the same case here with Invoker already being out, but definitely some funky action here from
10
unless
seconds remaining.
we've seen Mind Control play NP in the past. Like I'm talking
5 seconds remaining.
A while back.
Shanghai Major
Yeah.
past, I think.
Yep.
When they were like
Radiant
alternating
team
between
back.
Matama Man and Mind Control, but
I'm trying to get the full reasoning as to why they drafted it. Maybe to put the pressure on the safe lane, since Keeper Light needs a lot of levels, and so does Nyx. They can, Keeper Light and Nurse Bit need a lot of levels. He can just constantly be up there and force pressure and
seconds
force
remaining.
levels with the Monkey King. But they picked it into a Nyx Assassin, who's
5
probably one of the
seconds
better
remaining.
heroes at just catching the
Yeah,
Fury on the
that's
split
true,
push
that's
and the movement around the map.
gotta say, I don't know if it was said
Reserve
yet, but
time.
Earth Spirit's also pretty nice to have against Monkey King. You can just rolling boulder through the trees,
Yeah.
and you'll connect with him and take him off the tree.
Yeah.
So that's like a stun slow combo. So I don't know here. I'm a little concerned for Liquid right now as far as the draft's thrown together, but maybe there's something that we're not seeing, something between the lines that they're gonna be able to sync it all together with this magical fifth pick.
Yeah, they're trying to get more push type thing too with the Furion, I guess, for that, and just and pressuring the safe lane. Like, that's mine. I mean, they probably do have some other.
I mean, this
hidden
fifth pick
telltale
could be, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be so ballsy, but if this was a Lone Druid era still, it could have been a fifth pick Lone Druid. You have Alacrity Bear plus Nature's Prophet. I mean, that's like all in on heavy push. I don't know if that's something they're going for, that this would be some sort of crazy like Brewmaster or something to help
picking
push.
like heavy push into like Coddle, right? Though it's like
That's true, that's true.
it's- see how they do want to round it up. Maybe they just put Matu on the Furion and they just pick another offlaner still, and then they just have him getting really involved very early. I think that might be the case just because they don't have a clear-cut initiator. They probably want to just have this DPSing Furion and then Mind Control being an initiator on a different hero.
Yeah, what is
Just-
still out there? Axe is gone, Magnus gone, Centaur's now gone, Batrider.
Bat Rider. At Batrider versus Nyx and Jug and Coddle, I don't think Batrider is probably an ideal option here.
Yeah, Darkseer doesn't really add a whole lot. He used to be known to play a lot of good Darkseer, but
Yeah.
Darkseer doesn't really help much on his team. Maybe Monkey King? Iron Shell? I haven't seen it too much, but I don't think that's the winning ticket here for him. They're going to ban out the Ember, even
Radiant
though
team
typically you'd see Ember as a bad matchup against Invoker in the mid lane. I guess giving it the bit of respect. Rid of it.
They don't have like great lockdown for him. They've got
Mhm,
the
that's
Frostbite, sure, and then the Boundless Strike, but other than that, it's not really ideal to catching an
10
Ember Spirit with
seconds
that.
remaining.
Not a whole lot of reserve time to work with here if you're Liquid, and this will
5
certainly
seconds
identify exactly what this Nature's Prophet is going to be up to here. This is either going to be the Mind Control pickup or
Reserve
a
time.
late game Matama Man grab. I don't know if a cheesy pick might suddenly surface.
I don't really think you want to have your two cores be int heroes, so it's like they want an initiator, but they also wanted
Matama Man Nature's
Dire
Prophet.
this
team
Matumba
pick.
Nature's Prophet, so.
He normally plays it in the mid lane. I don't know, do you take that away from the Invoker, and can Miracle rep this Invoker in one of the same? Nature's Prophet also could be susceptible to ganks from Earth Spirit. You could say the same about
10
Invoker unless he
seconds
gets an early
remaining.
Ghost Walk. It can be a tricky
I
game.
think the Invoker, yeah, I think it's just standard
5
lanes. I think
seconds
it just has to be in
remaining.
the Invoker mid and Fury in safe lane. He can get involved very early.
Reserve time.
A
Alchemist.
little skeptic, not gonna lie.
Me too.
Oh.
Ooh, man.
And then Newbee come out with the big guns now, and they get the Alchemist here. Not exactly the one-on-one matchup in the mid lane I was hoping to see. Alchemist
Yeah.
isn't really an exciting mid laner to show off all your mid-game or mid-lane finesse between 9K players, but
It gives
Newbee
them,
want to win.
they want to, I mean, they have
They
a
wanna
very
win.
hard scaling lineup versus a lineup that I would say, I mean, the Invoker is a hero that can always like infinitely kind of scale, but Furion into a Nyx Assassin, you are a hero that gains a lot of int. Those mana burns really hurt. I'm liking what Newbee's got in this one.
Newbee taking the 2 cores that Liquid tried to pull out in game number 1 and just taking it right back at him. How much of a, I don't want to say how devastating, but how much of a message would that put out there here? You know, Newbee coming in 4-0 to start, probably sitting at the top of
10
what is
seconds
tougher
remaining.
of the 2 groups, where teams like Liquid are coming in as potential favorites. I don't want to say
seconds
maybe the
remaining.
whole tournament, but definitely people were looking at Liquid as a possible top 3.
Yeah.
And now could find themselves just already slumping down into the lower bracket. Move on to playoffs here, unless they could pull out something clutch here in the second game. I don't know, though. I naturally just kind of lean towards Newbee here with this draft.
Yeah, I do too. It's always about this like Monkey King Invoker. There could be some ridiculous stuff that happens in the laning phase that just gives the Invoker such a good start. And if Monkey King does have a really good start, I mean, he can become a massive driving force in these games. Like if he gets his Basher like pre-15 minutes or whatever as a support, it's ludicrous how much you actually do in team fights with
I'm
Orb
excited
and Basher.
to see what GH is going to be able to do with it.
Kuroki, Monkey King, GHCM.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Kuro, a guy who has played, feels like almost every role in the game. Maybe he's just the one who has played Monkey King. GH hasn't really had the time to grind it out in pubs. This is the classic start for your Monkey King. You go up towards the top bounty, find a tree, and just kind of wait for a level 1 pounce.
He wants to get some wards down.
Block out the camps here?
Yeah, he's blocking out.
That one did that block it? Yeah,
yeah, that blocks it. Yeah,
okay.
That's the... And he puts a ward behind for vision.
Are they doing aggro lanes? So aggro, or, you know, what they did maybe last time.
What they did before, I think, yeah.
Yeah, give Mind Control a good start. Okay. Turns the round. Forward here. Alone. And could be surrounded by 3 Liquid members here in a hot second. And they're going to go for it right away. There's the Burrow. Pounce coming in.
The Orb of Venom.
The right clicks, the Orb of Venom. Suddenly Earth Spirit shows up and says, lay off my man. He's going to be able to avoid the Sunstrike and avoid being first blooded, it looks like. Kaka shows up. Ooh, a blast also comes out here.
Forcing Mind Control to salve up. UU9 does not have a salve, however. He actually has to... I mean, he doesn't have to go... Maybe he goes to a shrine and just walks back and uses one quickly and comes back, but we'll see. Does he have something coming on the courier? He has a TP, so it looks like that might be the plan.
Jumps in for Faith here, but Faith obviously already pretty far and away. Will allow Liquid to secure up another good bounty rune start. But as they got that, KP was able to grab the bounty rune on the bottom, so it's 2 for 2. Takes it away from Matama Man.
Yeah, stunned him and grabbed it.
What about this matchup here? We're going to have Nyx Assassin versus Nature's Prophet. Feels pretty good for Nature's Prophet. I mean, you got the trees and the range to kind of work with. Yeah, but, I don't know if like maybe as Mana Burn comes online and levels come online, it could be tougher. Oh, top lane here. Here we go. Pounce, Sunstrike, and there's your first blood. Faith can be easily taken down and possibly going for more here. Frostbite set up on for Kaka. They use the Mango to get the Burrow, and they'll leave it for Kuro to get the last hit. Suddenly 2-0 for Liquid, coming out in all cylinders in game number 2.
Yeah, very aggressive plays there. The Faith, as soon as Faith stepped on the side there, I think he knew himself. He was like, I should not be in the side versus a Monkey King. I need to be playing in the lane. And they end up, losing 2 right away.
Early Shrine here. Curious to see if they take their business right back towards the top lane. This Monkey King quickly could become a headache in the early game. That's where Kaka needs to kind of do the same for himself and his team. So here he comes towards the bottom lane, looking for a setup with a rolling boulder here. I feel like every Earth Spirit I've seen today have had terrible times connecting with rolling boulders in the early game. Let's see if Kaka can do it.
Matsu's level 2.
Don't get the setup with the stun
the
early. And, yeah, without Boulder Smash.
As for the 1v1 matchup, as the Nyx versus the Furion, Furion's able to pressure a bit with Treants, but with Poor Man's Shield, Nyx is actually able to do quite well in that 1v1 scenario. But yeah, with also a rotation early from an Earth Spirit forcing Furion to TP, if you get a little bit of advantage at Nyx, it makes it really big because he can't stack up 4 Treants. It makes it a lot easier for you in the lane.
GH flirting around here. He wants to try to steal the bounty, but Faith is like, no, it's my bounty, and he's not going to be able to get it because he'll get frostbit. So
This'll come in handy.
Nice snag there from GH. Able to take the deep bounty rune away. Looks like the exchange will be that there's going to be a bit of a pull here. Faith will try his best to blast it down and contest as much as possible, but it's a pretty nice lead-in for Liquid already. Over on the other side, SEC is already kind of working with the jungle camps nearby and the bounty runes. You see that Kuro has been waiting in the mid lane to maybe get an approach, but SEC has been able to kind of farm on the side. He's already level 4 at 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah, he's getting pressured a bit by like the Monkey King missing and also Miracle going for the Wax Sword early build with the Alacrity. Just gets right
scan too.
He gets hit really hard and they're trying to go for it, yeah.
Oh, top lane.
Top.
Nice setup there. U9 tries to Blade Fury out from this one and looks like he'll be fine.
Lots of pressure being put on that safe lane.
Yeah. Well, aggro set up here. Kuro makes his return too. Oh god, what is he doing? He's floating in as a tree. Creeps up from behind. They don't ping him. been able to sneak through. GH also coming in. They want to dive for this jug, and they might be able to do it. Hit him with the Nova 2. He has no Blade Fury to make it out, and Kuro will get the finish. Another takedown here. Hot start for Liquid, 3-0.
Jug's still able to get decent CS, and they're getting okay, I guess, okay experience on the supports because Kaka is just sitting in the bottom lane. But yeah, definitely nice pickups there coming for Liquid, giving a lot of space to the mid lane and the bottom lane to do kind of what they want, while the supports are able to get stuff.
Whoa, swing and a miss on the boulder roll. That was a good step back from Matamaman here, as Newbee are not able to apply as much safe lane pressure as they're receiving. They're hoping to. So I'm curious if Kaka continues to hang around here and go for another take, or if he's going to have to take his business elsewhere. Seems like it could be shifting through and back towards the mid lane, where we have Kuro looking to pounce here. Sunstrike is going to make some mild connection. Rotations are going to be forced out, though. But no full kill. Kuro really being all over the place, making good use out of the early game with his Monkey King.
Yeah.
Get 2 all over the place here. Does need to find some time to level up, but looks like he's about to get to his level 3, so it's not shabby.
Well, I don't think this is the game where we're going to be seeing a very early Cottleags.
Yeah, right?
They're putting a ton of pressure on that safe lane.
Yeah. Kind of trying to be babysitter to Nine. It's kind of an awkward spot where he'll just have to pull camps here and hope to God that there's no monkey waiting in the tree nearby.
Dyer's middle tower.
So Mind Control gets his head start. Liquid love to set up for him. GH is going to be a bit greedy at this moment and work in the jungle to kind of muscle up his Crystal Maiden a bit. Always being proactive for setups across the map here, utilizing that Sunstrike as much as possible. Kuro potentially makes his back towards the mid lane here.
Trying to catch the Alchemist every time. Now he knows the Alch's probably farming over here, so he's gonna get over here. He gets him. He's gonna get eyes on this.
Kaka is close by. Pinging onto him here. Not going for it, but he's one man. Oh, I like this. Pops into the tree, but no, I'm getting so distracted by it that I didn't see that. Mind Control is able to get a setup play here with some assistance of the teleport coming in from Matamaman. They'll get the takedown of U9.
I was very distracted as well. I was trying to see if I was switching between vision to see if he was actually catching glimpses of vision of him, and he wasn't actually. He just was getting experience, so he knew that the Alchemist was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little bit distracted there. Apologies.
Monkey King things, you know?
Yeah, the changes of the way the vision works with the tree jump as well. Yeah, good rotation from Matu. He gets himself a kill, and he's able to pressure the top tower a bit.
And now yeah, SCC could be in trouble. Sweeping in. Just as Kaka is hoping to go for his own jump on the Miracle, that's when they'll see that it's Liquid dishing out their own surprise. But a rotation does come in from KP, and now it's going to be GH in a bit of trouble. Tries to sidestep the stun, but not going to be able to do so. Instead takes the full aggression up. They'll be able to get the finish there with the help of the Acid Spray. Mind Control burrows into the action now, but Matamaman getting involved, and now the jumping from Kuro should help them get the finish onto KP. Kaka will be able to roll up to the high ground to create a little bit of space. SCCC will survive the initial gank attempt, and they'll trade 1 for 1. It is an offlaner going down in that Nyx Assassin for the little GH Crystal Maiden.
Good aggression coming out from Liquid.
They're definitely trying to keep up this momentum here in the game. Kuro active, keeping around, keeping the setups going.
I mean, the ward placement just it dictates like what their idea is in the game. Just like the other one, they put 2 very aggressive wards in to watch wherever the Alchemist is farming. Kind of the same kind of concept as the last game.
C has been kind of working over here on the right-hand side of these 2 jungle camps, avoiding where all the vision is there and planted for Liquid. But Liquid confident to be moving on in. Uh-oh, Faith shows himself with a blast and then quickly retreats out, knowing that they could easily converge in. He's trying to slow their roll, but this looks like a tier 1 that is going to be going the way of Liquid right now. Meanwhile, bottom lane, GH has been spotted. Kaka holding the boulder smash for now. Doesn't want to overcommit, it looks like, and we'll let that one go. And that's the sound of a tier 1 going down. It's Liquid getting the first mark, pulling ahead still.
That's like this is like very typical Liquid kind of move thing, right? Where they always want to be able to claim that tier 1 very early. That's why I think that's why they like to pick these like Furions. They used to pick the Lycan a lot to kind of go for that kind of thing. Of course, not Lycan so much, but
now the whole jungle is open to them, which takes away a jungle farm for that Alchemist, as mentioned before. U9 seems to get a quick snipe takedown there of Crystal Maiden, using that first Omni Slash of the game. Or a little support going down. Not much to see. It's probably too violent anyways. Pharaoh's back now in the bottom lane. Phase boots Orb of Venom. Takes to the tree. And now between him and the approaching GH.
Does not have range just yet.
Oh!
He's trying to get in the back, but
Kaka barely rolls away in time, avoiding the burrow, coming in from mind control, but they're still going to look to pursue. A boulder smash comes out from Kaka, brilliantly able to create space, and they avoid what is a 4-man gank. U9, woohoo!
Ooh. Don't know if he would have died from that one anyway. I think it's only like 287 right now. Yeah, so he would have been okay.
But that
Still.
is almost full Liquid attendance in that bottom lane trying to make something.
The aggression, though, you can like feel like they're like, okay, we're versus like this Alchemist Jug, just like Newbee put the pressure on us a bit in the last game. We're the ones being the aggressors. We're the one putting the pressure, trying to make stuff happen all over the place.
Absolutely. Does pick up his Midas now.
KP, level 6 on the next Assassin. Scouts out the Sand King. Not seen Kuroki.
They have really no way to see Kuroki. Tough, you know, until you get like a
Oh, they just saw.
Coddle. Oh, eat the tree. Rotations coming in as they try to pressure for the tier 1 here. Can't believe you can get away with just sitting way back there. Okay, Crow eventually spraying
Stun
out
off the
from
mark
trouble,
from KP.
Okay. Tries to shuffle back, gets hit with the Sprout. Nothing to really lock him in place.
5 heroes response from Newbee. Mind Control is able to find a little bit of space. Farm, go for that early blink dagger.
Yep. Flirting, but again, that continued respect from both these teams.
Fairly even. About 1,000 gold lead going toward Liquid, almost 2,000 experience. That's probably that top tower.
Yep.
Top lane, here we go.
Epi Sunstrike. No hope right there for KP. He was done for.
Yeah, Epi from the fog. Nice play there from Mind Control with that Calling Blade pickup that he does have. He cut himself like a kind of little path and was able to set up for that with the Sunstrike on top.
Gets that, gets a bounty rune, and gets himself that much closer to getting that Blink Dagger online. Nice little deep ward. They'll see Kaka rotating in as he dashes his way towards the haste rune. Mind Control trying to get the Kachandu on with a burrow with a Sunstrike.
Oh, Sunstrike off the mark, but he should be dead anyway.
All that for a haste rune, buddy.
Not worth
it at all.
Bottom lane, Kuroki. This could be where they get the aggression onto him, but nope, as soon as U9 shows, he backs up.
Another tower going to be going down. More money in the bank for Liquid. Going against an Alchemist kind of a lineup, and things still pretty neck and neck. That's got to be awesome for Liquid.
Yeah, they're like aggro tri-lane really worked for them this game. They put a ton of pressure on the Coddle. The Earth Spirit wasn't able to really get the movement that he could. He didn't really have a great lane to gank because the Fearon was able to just TP out multiple times. And yeah, it's just like everything's working. They pressured the Juggernaut so hard that his farm is just not good.
And it's
now he's
not going to get any better.
And is he going to get brought down from this? Yes, he will be.
My God.
He's even going for a drum on Juggernaut. I don't remember the last time I saw a drum.
That's like the equivalent of like Vanguard Spectre. Oh.
He's just getting pressured way too hard. He's got 3,000 net worth, while his counterpart has almost 5,000. And it looks like Kuroki's feeling good, looking like he's going for a Midas on the Monkey King.
I mean, there's nothing to really stop him. They don't even see him. He's just constantly moving around the map, making all these wonderful setups, probably calling the shots too. These setups spring into action with a +1 stun, the Sunstrike, and really a recipe for disaster.
Miracle went for a drum as his own too.
Yeah, I noticed I heard a drum earlier in the mid lane, and I'm like, who has that drum? It's Miracle. Drum's back, I guess.
I think that was actually Matu's drum that was actually used before, because Matumba Man also has one, and his
the
actually
hell?
has a charge used on the Furion.
So drum is an item in Dota again, it seems like. All they had to do is kind of cut the price a bit.
It's good. I think it's good on certain heroes, like the Furion, the Invoker. It's, you know, for your Forge Spirits, etc.
Oh man, Newbee have a thing going here, but he actually just swings and misses Kuro and puts himself into quite the precarious situation. Kaka, fortunately, not be able to get the connection onto Kuro he was hoping for, and now it's Liquid rolling into their territory while they're trying to deal with this stacked camp, hoping out SEC is going to be good enough. They're making their move for KP. There goes the Monkey Ultimate, and now KP tries to go for a TP, but he's not going to make it out. He gets quickly dropped. Kuro now dominating. Omni Slash to fly from U9, and then the Blade Fury, but still not able to get the connection. Finally, they get the takedown. It's going to be on to GH, but they'll still be able to have their number. take them down. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. It looks like
Faith gets a blast onto Kuroki in the backside.
All right. Gives him a little bit of a purse.
Yeah, pretty good one. Gets him like a full point booster if he wants to go for it.
Still obviously far off the quota he had in the first game, but it doesn't matter. You got to get nags this game. Definitely want to be keeping tabs on Monkey King and maintain the vision here for your course. SCCC still holds the high net worth here, but it's not as high and mighty as you'd like to see in any typical Alchemist game. He's trying to muscle his way towards the rest of that Radiance here. He's getting closer to at least getting the Sacred Relic complete, but there's a little bit of a journey ahead of him.
Yeah, he's getting ran at so often. And losing those tier 1s, losing the top tier 1 and losing their mid tier 1. He doesn't have really great access to his jungle at all, so his farm is getting impacted a bit.
Oh, they pop the dust! Oh, they see him. He's able to get the Carapace, but it only briefly slows them down. Ruthless Liquid Gaming. Still
Sunstrike.
Very relevant here.
Miracle's getting majority of those last hits on the Sunstrikes too, so he's getting boosted quite highly.
4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 and 6 involved in 10 of the kills, and he's neck and neck with the Alchemist, which is absolutely not where your Alchemist wants to be.
Toughed up game for Cockatoo. This is like what you can see when you just don't get those setups in the early game, and you know you can't farm. You're just like lost, and you're in a rock. It's got magnetized now at least, but a lot of work ahead of him here. He just falls flat so easily.
This looks like it will be Kuroki's death this time around. Will he hop in the tree? No, he won't. No.
Almost hopping to a tree could be more trouble for him, but they'll get him nonetheless.
They get Faith.
Miracle got a kill, yeah.
Yeah, they get Faith in the meantime. I think he like spots a blast and Matumba just... Actually, I don't even think Matumba TP'd. I think it was just Miracle getting him. There, Neppy, bottom lane. Sunstrike on top too. Boom. UU9. Again, Miracle gets the last hit, so that'll be pretty much his Aghanims finished up on the Invoker. Very quick timing.
Okay. Nice. 2-man stun into another 2-man stun into a magnetize, into a silence pullback. Can they get the finish from Mind Control as well? Rotating on in is going to be Kuro, and he will burrow closer to his ally, but Kaka's like, let's go for it. Gets a nice 2-man connection of the Boulder Smash and another 2-man connection of the Impale from KP, but the damage is certainly not there. Plus they had that Shrine. It's no good. Mind Control will be able to get his kill. He's also now dominating. 15-6, still a heavy advantage right now for Liquid. Just as Newbee are able to scrap a kill together, they'll lose something like their Jug shortly thereafter.
This Invoker is immense. Yeah. He's got... Usually you see the Midas Aghanims come out, I'd say like between 18 and 24 minutes ideally. But he's got it at 16 minutes with the drum.
Looks like they may be able to get Mind Control, or did I speak too soon?
30 HP.
Oh! He is able to get in the Sandstorm and make it out from trouble. Avoids the Omni Slash gank. Slick moves there from Mind Control.
And nothing is going in Newbee's favor
No,
this game.
not at all. Overexhausted from game 1. I don't know what it is, but the fire is lit for Liquid, and for Newbee, it's definitely a shaky beginning.
Yeah, Kuroki's movement in the early game just really secured the lanes, and Newbee just wasn't able to really get anything from the laning phase, just kind of trading farm in a way.
He really plays this Monkey King well. I'm curious if it was him that was kind of taking priority on playing the hero and learning and adapting, or if he's just the only one who feels comfortable taking it. I'm not too sure, but he's making it work. See how much it's going to... Here, what's he building? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Midas.
Yep. She's almost got it.
Here we go. They go for the Roche. They've got the... Not the double Forge Burst to help them out either, but they've got Alacrity and Furion, so...
Like Newbee are even going to bother trying to go onto that. Took out the lane, but this is Liquid's Roche. This is Liquid's extra life. Sama Man building into what looks like an Orchid next.
Yeah, give himself some right click potential. I like it a lot. He's getting recalled. Brought out. SCCC. Yeah, he's just now it's just gonna be kind of like this farm game. Newbee's very under the gun and very pressured, so they're just kind of gonna be sticking on their side of the map. Ultimately, yeah, Liquid being the aggressors. We're going to be seeing very defensive wards coming out from Newbee more than likely.
Yeah, Shadow Blade in queue for Jug.
I mean, it's different. It's weird too, but it's like the idea of it. You can kind of understand. They want to run this for space make for the Alchemist as much as possible till later on.
Volker is just getting grossly farmed right now. I'm going to look over at him. Got Boots of Travel in queue here.
I mean, it's KP is also not really finding any of the potential places for the ganks. Oh, he spots Kuroki.
Okay. Goes for the stun, and then to the mana burn. Rolling on in is going to be Kaka, setting up the extra bit of stun, and then he gets in with another stun. And it's over. Kuro goes down, but that's just your pesky monkey running across the map here. Forces 3 from Newbee to respond and kind of be able to get the finish.
Small steps.
Small steps. But here they come, charging down their way towards their first tier 1. SEC is still their big hope right now, as he's bulking up pretty nicely here. Obviously already has that radiant stun.
He went for the early treads though, so he did want to be able to have that extra bit of survivability. I guess how much pressure was going on. Mind control with the big commitment stun. There was no Sunstrike on top with the Fury ulti.
Yeah, Tornado is going to catch on the KP. U9 though, Blade fearing away from the trouble. A harder commitment does come in, and they are going to get the finish onto Mind Control. Okay.
Maybe some slight miscommunication, because every single time there's been a stun, there's been the Sunstrike follow-up almost instantly. This time there was the Wrath of Nature was committed with the Burrow Strike, but there was no Sunstrike.
Oh, they got him! Kuro out of the tree! He gets stunned and he gets taken down. Suddenly Newbee beginning to string together a couple of kills. Can they catch GH with the Boulder Smash here? Lines up the shot. Nope, he doesn't. He forgot he couldn't kick the stone. He dropped the stone and walked past it, I guess. Didn't actually get the kickoff.
Yeah, I don't know if they really wanted to commit into a tier 1 either, so. But yeah, maybe a slight little mistake there from Kaka. U9. Ooh, getting tornadoed up.
Oh!
Oh! Beautiful combo.
Oh, you banned the hero.
Perfect spell committed.
All right, well. Seems to happen every time. You take one of ours, we take your Jug. Jug gets brought down yet another peg as he continues to fall behind the Sand King.
He at least has his Shadow Blade finished up.
Yeah.
So he can get into like back lines and stuff. And he's gonna be able to get pooled items eventually from the Alchemist, so at least there's that.
All right. Faith is steering in his way closer towards that Ags here for the Coddle. He's got 2 of the 4 pieces now complete.
He's almost got 3 pieces complete.
Almost got 3rd.
Yeah, he's doing very well. That's a big turn thing when they get the Aghanims. The vision from the daytime versus the Monkey King is massive.
Yep.
And it's not even just the vision too. It's also always having your spirit form up to always have the chance to use Blinding Light in those team fights and be able to recall anybody or recall the Alchemist around, since Alchemist did not go Boots of Travel this game.
Yep. Now he does the
They're
recall.
bringing him in. Miracle.
Ooh, Mana Leak on the Miracle here. They bump him back. Mind Control goes to the high ground, then slides right back down, seeing the trouble before him. They commit on in. It looks like they might have to settle for the Sand King here. Magnetize committed, but that's when Kuro's going to be dishing out the Monkey King ult. Faith, oh, he fortunately doesn't have that Spirit form up to be able to bump him out, so Miracle's going to be able to get the slash finish for Kaka. Kuro will be taken apart, though. Kaka will be able to get the last hit there. A 1-for-1 trade. He'll hit the shrine and refresh. The Newbee will take the slight golden XP trade.
How much time we got left on Aegis should be getting reclaimed very shortly. Yeah, about 30 seconds.
Wave here. Newbee really finding their best success when they've been kind of moving as a group here.
Yeah, I think that's what they definitely have to be doing in this one.
Yep.
I mean, the lane's going to be pushing in, but that's the beauty of having the Coddle. BKB, very early BKB
debut of the
Alchemist.
BKB. Yeah, it's to dodge out this Burrow Strike. Gets the Acid Spray so he can't easily blink away, but I don't think that's how you want to show off your BKB.
Yeah, definitely not, but okay. That happened.
Ugh. Well, Aegis will be reclaimed now. As the Alchemist steps away to go back to the farm, that's when Liquid make their approach. A beautiful tornado setup comes out from Miracle. Allows for the follow-up there from Mind Control, and look at the quick takedown of Faith, prolonging that Aghanims a little bit more.
Give it, yeah, this is big. Whenever they can pick up the coddle, whenever they see him, they have to try to go for it. They've now claimed all the tier 2s, so this really limits Newbee's potential to get a lot of farming. But there's no real big wards. I think we should see some wards on somebody here on Liquid, right? Oh no, nobody's actually carrying any wards. They only have one down. So I guess the other one.
No, they have these two, but they're just unfortunately a little close together. Yeah. That's what you were talking about in the previous game, where in these fights breaking out, you got to get the best vision possible. So that's when you're going to see some crazy obs as a follow-up to it. But your Liquid step back and get back to the grind towards the top lane here.
Very concerned for the Juggernaut, but there is always he's very thankful that he can get items pooled, but he's got to get a couple of his own. So I feel like they do need to emphasize on making sure that U9 lives in a couple of these engagements.
Definitely.
KP as well. KP is just like this. I mean, I feel like that's the style that he plays for this team, though. He's the big sacrificial lamb.
He really is.
The last game, I think he bought back like 6 times and didn't get like the greatest item progression, but he did his job. This game, he's 0-4, but he's trying to get the setup for his team because that's he's the initiator. He's got to get the fight started, heading toward that Blink Dagger. Not too far away, 700.
I would imagine Newbee are going to take the time to farm right now. Faith can kind of finish up that Ags would be big. Getting KP that Blink Dagger would be nice. Looks like the Octarine is going to be slotted up next year for SEC, but that is a little ways ahead.
He went back for the bots so they can have that split push potential with the recalls coming up from Faith.
Okay. It's good here. What about Liquid side?
Just Maelstrom on Matu, 4-step GH, and Kuroki now going back for that basher that we do talk about for the month.
So why is it always is it because of the ultimate?
Yeah.
It's like turns it into a mini like Ravage.
Pretty much, it's pretty ridiculous what a support can do with that.
Again, we'll keep eyes on Faith to try to make sure that isn't too much trouble for him. If he managed to cancel out that ult right away with the blinding light, that's pretty nice. But your Liquid looking to go on the move. They smoke up and they're heading right into Newbee territory here, where this Alk continues to try to find this little pocket of farm.
They're here. They're setting up. Natsu's TPing in. He's stuck in the tree. He's got his screens up.
Miracle hustle down for Kaka, but Newbee are making their own approach from behind. Ooh, Omni Slash going to be totally soaked up there from Matama Man, so he goes down right away. Already a 1-for-1 split favoring Newbee, and they're chasing Liquid out from their side right now. Chase is on while Miracle is in the other half.
SCCC is just chasing them down with this BKB.
Miracle needs to rotate back to the mid lane to assist his teammates. Now will step in, pops him with the Deafening Blast and the Ice Wall, but they're going to be able to get the GH finish there. AP gets it done. Miracle looks to move in. SEC, look at him diving in deep, looking to go for Mind Control, who's able to get off the epicenter. Is it going to be enough firepower? It will be. They'll get the finish there. U9 looks to sweep in to help clean up what's remaining, but not going to be able to get it, and he's going to be forced to Blade Fury TP home.
Oh, SCCC's crazy. I love this guy.
He's diving so friggin' deep, man.
He just went in with that. I mean, with the early BKB pickup, he can just run down the CM and the Monkey King. Maybe a little bit of an overcommittal trying to go for Mind Control too, but
yeah.
He's showing he's not afraid. That's for damn sure. Now Faith does have that Aghanimus finished up that we've been talking about
Hell
nonstop.
Yes.
So we're going to be seeing a gem picked up relatively soon after that, and that's when it starts becoming a little bit easier for Newbee to be able to make these moves. And I think KP did finish up the Blink Dagger right before that engagement, so that gives him much easier initiations. And that Blink Dagger on Nyx is so important because it allows Kaka to position himself much better in these fights as well.
And Tama also learned he could still get chewed up pretty easily there. I mean, being a bit isolated, unfortunately had to eat the full Omni Slash. Even this, underfarmed Jug was able to kind of do some good work.
He was under the acid spray too, so just got decimated by that minus armor.
Liquid thinking about tickling the Roche here a bit, but there are some Newbee members missing off the map, which is getting him a bit curious. And, slowing down the roll a bit, but I'm hearing some recalls here. Faith is bringing the party. Blast across, but it's going to be coming up just a bit short into the pit. More TPs in. Now SC's here. Can they kill this Roche fast enough? No, it looks like Liquid have already pulled away from the pit. Newbee will probably poke their head in, see that they touched it a bit. There they go, looking to go to the high ground. They'll see GH, and they'll quickly pop him down. Deep roll comes out from Kaka. They've spotted Kuro within the trees, and they'll also take him down. Newbee suddenly up with 2 kills. They themselves thinking about moving into the... Yeah, they themselves looking to move into the Ancient Camp. Miracle trying his best to stop him, just easily blast down Kaka, but did it cost him his own life? It may have.
20
He's
HP.
running away under the Ghost Walk right now and has somehow been able to make it out. He is gone. Barely.
Feels like if Faith was like point one more second on the Illuminate, anything would have finished cleaning him up. But really nice perceptive play there from Miracle, getting that Ghost Walk blink off.
And he actually stopped him from doing the Roche.
Yeah.
Mind Control will keep the pressure down this mid lane, and Newbee are going to have to do a bit of a reset here. They can't go back in to go for the extra life and just go back for the farm instead. 6k gold though on SC. Bounty? Yummy. Called back to the side once again, where they anticipate there could be a new approach into the Roche pit, which there is. And that's when SC decides to just roll his way forward. BKB. Confident, drops the acid spray, the blast flies in. Meteor gets dropped around to KP. He's trying to find his way out, but they hit him with the dust. He needs another hat, and they get him. Miracle jumps in to go for the finish with a deafening blast, and will get it done. Newbee will be short their Nyx assassin here.
That Roche is half HP.
Yep. Miracle wants that life.
If KP had buyback ult, he would have probably done it instantly, but he does not have buyback ult.
Need 30 seconds. They could recall him in at that point, but
they really want to fight around the Octarine, I believe, with SCCC. Oh, he actually only picks up the Soul Booster.
But here they might roll it again. Here comes a big mighty blast. We'll hit onto him. That's when SCC decides to dance on in. There goes the stun. There goes the tornado AP. Is that going to pop the BKB? No. He wants to lose all the mana and go in for the Roche instead. Miracle's waiting on the other side, though.
Mind Control, Epi.
He's going to blink. There's the Epi. There's the burrow. There's the hit. A stun does come out. Miracle looking to go for the swipe. Does not get it. The Dire take the Roche kill, and it's U9 who grabs up the Aegis. Miracle going to be left inside. He's going to scoot himself out. Double stun, though. Yeah. Blast is waiting for him. And it's going to be Newbee. Take the Roche.
Did they get the last hit as well? They did. So they get the last hit on Roche. They get the Aegis.
I thought Miracle was going to be able to snag that for sure. He was just waiting for the blinking snag, but
nobody dies. Somehow nobody died. In the midst of all of that chaos.
A 5-on-5 Roche pit engagement. No one dies. Well, you don't see that happen in Dota like ever. All right, and what happens now? Based on these recent events, are we starting to say that Newbee could be pulling ahead in this one?
They're starting to trickle into favor. I would say so.
Still not
a little bit of a gold lead for Liquid.
Yeah. Especially considering the ALK, you know, you can see the crippling factor of where the Jug was, and he's still trying to push himself into more relevance here. Muscling his way towards what is looking like a Diffusal Blade, and there he commits for both the Blades of Alacrity, so definite Diffusal coming in.
Gem almost picked up from Faith. Waiting for the next daytime in about a minute. They're going to be able to clear out a lot of the vision that was placed out from Liquid during that engagement near the Roche pit.
What about Matamaman's position in this game now? He's been able to finish out the Mjolnir. I mean, is it getting to that point in the game? Is he going to have to be a dirty ratter at any? Like, when do you have to get to that point?
Maybe eventually, but I think he wants to be able to get more involved in the team fights. He queues up the BKB as well, so he wants to be more involved in there. But every time I've seen him actually join in, he just gets like Omni Slash or just bursted down very quickly. He only has one death, so that was the only one, but he's not really able to like dish out the damage that he would like to be doing. So he's just like, he's just pushing lanes out.
Doesn't offer a lot right at the moment, except for his hefty right click. But if he's in right click territory, then he's also in die territory here.
Okay, so GH picked up a gem before there just recently, and he gave it to Mind Control. So now they're gonna be going on their own mission of dewarding and putting the pressure onto Newbee.
Right up into Newbee Woods they go, probably planting some wards along the way if possible here.
So it's daytime now. Coddle has his gem finished up as well.
Did you say Kuro got his basher? He's got his basher now.
Yeah, he had. I think he had a little go, but he wasn't able to use it because of the way the engagement happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Little basher.
Oh, right in the high ground. Liquid were there waiting for him, and they're going to quickly assault Kaka and take him down. Now looking to go for the follow-up on a KP. They hit him up with the Yules. As he falls down, they'll also get that one too.
Nice Orchid usage there. Right away.
Okay, good pick right there. The biggest of bountiful pickups there for Liquid, but still prize in itself. The point booster. Is it Ags time for SEC to start handing out?
Looks like it might be.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if he's also going to be a part of the hand it off to Jug first.
Oh, he already has the whole one? What? Oh, I thought he only had the point boost. Just Optimus things. Well, who's he gonna give it to?
9.
Jug
But
or
they want to give it to him
Nyx?
in the dark?
Jug or
Doesn't wanna
Nyx,
show it?
right? I think maybe the Nyx, just because of how rough of a game KP's having.
Yeah.
If he's able to just position himself in the burrow, he's actually really hard to be brought down. I think that might be what he's doing. Let's see. KP's TPing in, he swaps it in. Yeah, he's gonna give it to KP.
Nice. Give it to him, bro.
So it's on cooldown, man. He just swapped it in. Bro.
All right.
Backpack.
Backpack problems. Hold on, dude. Let me try to find it in my backpack. KP got a feeling his network jumps up quite a bit.
It's back. KP's like, thank you.
And, you know, all the goodness that comes with it. Suddenly they get that much more valuable of like a high ground defense.
Yeah, as long as they can like post up a team fight and just stay within the area of the burrow, it can be very powerful for them versus that Invoker and Furion. It's able to break the Lincolns a lot easier with that reduced cooldown and increased range. Just be just a much bigger nuisance, which KP's had a pretty rough series. Even last game, he was doing his job, but he's just dying. I mean, he is, like I said, sacrificial lamb.
He's definitely been throwing himself for the greater good of the team into a lot of these fights just to get those initial setups, and it continues here in game 2. Tier 1 goes down the bottom lane. The push goes on for Newbee, but so does it for Liquid here in the top lane. Forge Spirits now begin to creep their way into the high ground. He has to try his best to kind of slow that roll. Newbee now hanging out inside Liquid territory here. Now they're going to get the recall, I think, for SC, and they'll see Mind Control. Ooh, pump fake once. Going to be able to get the use off. Can he blink away? Slide. And scoots out.
They don't like the positioning of where they are.
I know,
like,
it's
but
very awkward.
They do have a burrowed.
Oh, they
Nyx.
spotted the Kuro Monkey King hiding within the trees, of course, with that Axe, and they'll quickly take him down.
Oh, KP gets orchided up. He's running into the Crystal Maiden ultimate. Kaka gets Sunstriked as well.
Yep.
They're able to set up the Burrow Strike. BKB popped by SCCC. The Omni Slash committed onto Mind Control. Cleans him up. Gem dropped onto the ground. Looks like Liquid has to run away here. Tier 2 will be pressured now by Newbee. And they do claim that gem, as I just mentioned, which was picked up by, which was used by the
Carl's
Sand
like,
King.
hell yes.
Double gem.
Yes. Man, good patience from Newbee. Didn't quickly just jump on the Sand King that was there in front of them. They recognized the positioning was so awkward, they decided to double back. And they had all that high ground flying unobstructed vision from the Coddle. They just see a little monkey dancing around within the trees and handle him.
Yeah, just like we were mentioning during the drafts. It's very clever pickup from them.
Teleman, though, tries to pressure the top lane a bit. Could find himself going for those split pushes more often as this game progresses.
SCCC is going to be having the Abyssal Blade finished up any moment now. He can get rid of his armlet. His armor is still a little bit low, though, on the Alchemist, but there's no real like straight physical damage coming out from Liquid, so it's not really not that big of an issue.
Radiant's middle tower is under
There's his
attack.
Abyssal now done. All right, well, it's just getting a bit interesting for Liquid because you're trying to figure out where they're going to end up into this later game. Like, who is going to be their
Radiant's top
macho
tower
man?
is
I mean,
falling.
Miracle, without question, has got some serious late game potential, but
It's level 25 as well on Miracle
yeah.
now too. Takes the AoE Deafening Blast this game.
curious though for Matama Man, some of these heavy team engagements, how much he's going to really be able to bring, whereas maybe doing stuff like this is going to be his best move now. Split pressure there.
It's always hard as a Furion, like when you're playing versus these type of disables and everything. He does have the BKB now, but it's like, what do you really contribute with for your team in a team fight? It's very hard for you to really do so when you're getting ran at.
Ooh, Miracle. Get dusted, but he's so freaking fast, he already heads out the other side.
SCCC, they have GH, Matumba, and Kuroki kind of in the area, but he is way too beefy.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, the damage is really, you know, to take down
Oh,
Alchemist.
Batu blinks in. Get some damage on the tower, almost clears it, forces a glyph as well, but yep, Sprout TP's out.
That's going to be annoying. Looks like they've been able to get the catch on the Crystal Maiden, though. They will make her pay. She needs an Abyssal. Poor lady.
Sliced. Matu sells his Midas now, and he finishes up the full Bloodthorn. So he's actually dealing quite a decent chunk of damage now. I'm going to be doubling back for an AC.
Top lane he goes. Hey. am curious to see the next move from Newbee. Feels like their offensive potential has slowed down a little bit.
They seem to be feeling pretty good, though. Next Aghanim is being queued up. That one will probably go to the Jug. I mean, it could even go to the Earth Spirit.
They
Still
feel,
a possibility.
based on their body language, like they're just content playing the economy game and pulling this one out in the later. But they could find themselves pulled apart quite a bit here to deal with this very annoying Nature's Prophet. That's where it could be on KP to kind of make sure he stalks that little bit of extra know-how. As right now he could be doing that. Look at this. They're TPing in SEC and they make the jump to go right onto mind control, but look at Matama Man just ditch it out with that blood shard and just gives it right back at him. Monkey King dishes out the opening, gets quickly blasted down. Turns into a 1-for-1 trade. Mighty Imni Slash flying through. Matama Man looking to retreat, gets the Stealth Sprout, looking to go for the TP out. Can he make it away? They're trying to slice him down through it. They can't do it. He is gone and out, but can we say the same for Miracle? Gets blasted with the stun, gets hit up. His Lincoln's going to get popped, slowly being brought down. The Sprout is there, and he has no way to get out from the trees. He's locked inside, and he's gone. Matama Man pulls out a hell of a save, and Miracle gets right back into the action to get the finish, but he does get hit with the stun, popping the Lincolns, and Miracle's good. Hell of a save there from Matama Man. Well, out on the other side, Mind Control looking to go for a deep commitment here. SCC just getting danced with right now.
Both of us just like, the Sprout!
He's like, oh
no,
shit.
Batu had a lot of clutch plays there with the Bloodthorn as well onto the Earth Spirit. Just, yeah, it's just really well played there by them. Able to pick themselves up a couple kills. They do lose 2, but still.
Okay. Magnum's number 2. Where's this one going?
I would imagine it would be U9, yeah. But U9, he actually didn't even get his BKB up. Did he not have it and then he swapped? Did he just buy it now after the engagement? Maybe. Let's see, is he giving it to Kaka, the Aghanims? He did give it to Kaka instead. So now they do have the Stone Enchant Remnant.
He has got Blink
and the
too,
pull. Yeah,
so
now the catch potential and the save potential as well
save
too.
Potential. Good. It's a lot of good things. Man. Now that Sprout, is that concerning? They have ways to break down those trees, but I'd hate to see SDCC caught in those kind of pickles every fight moving forward. They have, Earth Spirit to help break down the trees. They have, I believe it's still Quelling Blade onto KP.
Yeah, Quelling Blade on Faith and KP, I believe, and they have a 4th step as well.
They got to be there for him if he is trapped out. Oh, that pesky Matama Man, he's got our tier 3. Our Rax is now exposed. Let the rat begin.
Let the shrines as well begin.
Look at this smoke run from Newbee. Liquid territory here, but Liquid are already out on the other side. Splitting the map as much as possible. Miracle doing his thing up at the top. It's going to be hair pulling for Newbee now.
Oh, that tier 1's still alive. It's got 30 HP.
No one wants to deny it.
Oh, they're coming on. They're getting the wrap around here. Mind Control blinks in. He gets the stun onto Faith.
BKB Miracle jumping right in. Insta blast and takedown onto Faith here. Now it's going to be SC and them slashing it out. He'll get the quick takedown on the Mind Control. It goes right for the buyback. Newbee looking to pull off from this fight. Are they going to be able to make it out, though? Caught deep in with side is going to be Kaka. He will have to be the sacrifice. Newbee still trying to run, but GH is still on the chase. Gets the Frostbite onto SCCC. Now Matama Man rotating in. That's the Sprout. They're both trapped inside. There goes the Spring. There goes the CM ulti. And that's going to be the end of both of them. Instantly shredded apart. And now looking for more. KP trying to make an escape, but it's not going to be happening. The Alk buys back too. Recognizing that the push is coming, but what? These cores are just trapped within the trees. When they don't have the assistance from those allies who have the ways to get them out, they're just stuck.
Instant buyback from Mind Control to get them in the field to chase out multiple heroes. Mantu with, I mean, I don't know how you can't even plan those. It's just perfect Sprouts.
That was crazy.
And they do claim themselves 5th gem, and I think they got their own gem back too. So Newbee now has no gem, and they're gonna have to buy themselves another one if they want it. I don't think it'll be up just yet. I think they bought it within the last couple minutes. But you can't check, so.
The tides continue to turn, and the net worth will be reclaimed by Liquid once again on the back of that fight. Impressive. can be a bit concerning now. SCCC also just dished out his buyback from previous engagement too. Ball is in Liquid's court as they finish out their first shrine. Could decide to just easily go coast to coast. Actually, they already have the Treants there and claim yet another 150 gold.
It's like Jug and Alchemist versus the world, kind of in a way, because KP just keeps getting brought down so quickly in the starts of the fights from the Bloodthorn.
Yep. Still, got to give a little bit of respect to Newbee and their high ground defense. Now they got the Burrow Nyx Assassin plus the Keeper Ags.
Plus the Earth Spirit Ags.
Acid Spray. There's a lot. Yeah, he could just jump out there and kick someone into the base. Isolate them out. Straight up. You know, that's another great tool they wish they had when they're caught in Sprout. You can always just pull SCCC out. Would have been doing a great job by taking out the supports. Wood are continuing to kind of try to be the shepherds here and corral Newbee inside the safety of their own home as they continue to pressure the top lane and the mid lane.
Yeah, just pushing all 3 lanes in, pressuring the shrines. None of them are really waiting on any like big item just yet from what I see on Liquid. They've got the BKB now on the Monkey King. AC finished up on Matu. Everyone's looking like they've got their critical mass, and this could be when they go for the push since they do have the Aegis
Bit of a misplay there by my control.
We didn't see it. We didn't see it.
I saw it. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too much. There's a Yules. A bit of a mistiming there for the Boulder Smash. Miracle's still waiting within the trees, but he might just have to see his teammate go down or not. He's like, I'll battle it out. It's an Aegis after all. Miracle pops his BKB, rolls on in, gets the easy takedown of Kaka. And that's when Matamaman shows up with that deadly Sprout. U9 trying to go for the TP within the trees, and he'll be able to make it out.
Yeah, BKB TP. He did have to BKB though.
Only costs Liquid their Aegis. But now they don't have to worry about that pesky possible initiation coming out from the Earth Spirit Ags.
Yeah, still, it's very hard to just 5-man push a lane. Like, obviously not just from the armor that you get from all the heroes being there from the recent changes, but also Burrow Nyx and Earth Spirit and everything. Then you just got to do the split push multiple lanes, and that's exactly what Matu does. Will they be able to catch him with the Silver Edge? UU9 is in.
Yo, they hit him once, they hit him twice. They go for the Omni, and he tries to hide within the Sprout. Eats the cheese, goes for the TP, and says, see you later, nerds. Right back to the top lane. And right back to his team. We're already inside the base, making a fight happen. Oh my god! Epic Burrow to fly out. The instant takedown of KP. BKB's popped even on Kuro now as they'll shred through the tier 3. All that attention drawn from Newbee to the bottom lane allows the kind of opening for Liquid to creep on in.
We're at Dota. You mentioned it before. When is the time for Matu to just start the splitting, and this is when it is.
Pulling Newbee apart, forcing their ties to one side or the other here, or at least forcing
Matu
themselves
towards
to be
bottom.
Grossly unnumbered.
It's going right away for that.
Simply disgusting.
There's no Glyph either. He's got AC. He should bring that melee Rex down very quickly, but he is a bit reluctant on how much he wants to commit. His BKB was still on cooldown, doesn't want to die. Just backs up.
It's going to be super annoying for Newbee moving forward. Faith is going to have his work cut out for him here. Maybe they should just flop him in the bottom lane and continue to blast it out or something, but they know they need him nearby also for the blinding lights and everything else, and the heals.
Now they're starting to chip at the range Rex instead. They're like, okay.
Unhealable damage.
Unhealable damage.
Unhealable
exactly.
damage. Got him.
Just keeping them, like you said, corralled in their base. Liquid just keeping the pressure on, forcing all 3 lanes in, not letting Newbee be the aggressors at all.
Starve them out. Starve them out. Liquid need this win more than ever. They need wins moving forward for this group stage. Chance at top 2. Quick little pullback there. Newbee just continuing to try to get all these creeps and critters off their front lawn. But for one lane they go to and they're pressured, the next lane's already wound up and ready to head to the high ground. Very nice spread here. And I don't know if the onus is on Newbee to try to make a move.
Just not stop getting chipped at. Range Rex, 140 HP, 115, almost dead. Not needing to commit anything for that, they're just throwing Forge Spirits.
Just as their creeps run out, that's Miracle kind of dealing with them. Matamaman in the bottom lane also still pressuring there. Unai tries to run on out, but they have sentries now.
Yeah, GH
spot
went over
him.
and set up Ward and a sentry to watch that kind of gank potential. Nice.
And just as they make their approach to the bottom lane, that's when Liquid run into the top lane to look to go for the finish. Miracle just pops his BKB, and he is going for the objective at hand, and they will get it done.
Bottom lane as
Top
well.
set of racks gone. Liquid looking to go for the bottom set as well. But Tumbleman hard committing for it. Pops his BKB, self-sprout, gets forced out from it, and they will actually manage to bring him down this time. And still chasing for more. It looks like GH has been spotted. Tries to go for the freezing field, but gonna get quickly canceled there. But hey, Liquid get a good prize. That's 3 Raxes.
Yeah, they get the top set and the melee Rex bottom. And now I think this is where Newbee's probably like, we can't let them do that ever again. We can't let them do this chipping. We need to start running on the engagements.
I don't know what they do to stop it, though.
Dire Courier gets slain with like 4,000 gold on him. What was that?
Yeah, he's taunting away, juggling. What was on there? Swap the hotkeys. I can't hit 2 anymore.
can't
Look
check
at
it,
it.
yeah.
It makes me. Oh, Miracle! Confidently moving in with a BKB. Knows he can easily isolate and take down Kaka and gets it done. But can he get away? Look at the trouble that's coming. He's getting all paths covered. he's like, ice path all over here. EMP over there. No one chase me, please.
8,000 gold on that Invoker.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Can you hand a Moonshard to somebody, sir?
Maybe that's where the Courier's going.
To Monkey King. That'd be pretty. Well, Liquid still confident to move through this top lane. Newbee close by, though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Struggling. Oh, they spotted Kuro, but Kuro's like, I got
He's got the BKB with his Abyssal.
Ah,
He's
yep.
dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
No.
Radiant's middle tower
Yes,
is under
Kuro.
attack.
Again, Matu with the split push. Gets a lot of damage on that tier 3 mid. SCCC having, I think it was 3 parts of the Aghanims on the Courier, and then a 900 gold item, which I would assume would be the Quarter Staff for the
Dire's
Juggler.
bottom
But I have no
barracks are
idea, actually.
under
I'm completely just assuming.
Dire's bottom barracks
But I know it
are
was
falling.
probably the 3 parts of the Aghanims for the Alchemist. And now he's going to be giving his Moon Shard to the Juggernaut very soon.
Dire's middle tower is under
Newbee
attack.
can't make it out from their base, man. They had a bit of a decommitment there trying to make the chase for Miracle, but see that just anytime they venture out from home, they just get punished for it. They have a tight leash. Know what the hell they're going to do to just change this. Anytime they want to venture out, I don't know what's going to stop Liquid from moving in and going for Megas.
Battle Fury picked up on Juggernaut. 50 minutes in. Just feeling like he needs to be able to push these waves out. They're just constantly getting forced into their faces.
Why a Battle Fury and not just like getting a Maelstrom or something?
Being able to cut the tree, the sprout, right?
Aha! Yeah. That's true.
Doesn't want to get kited.
Aha.
Aha.
Aha. Here we go. Little bit of space here for Newbee to finally creep out as they head on south. Liquid members in vicinity, it would appear.
Deso finished up for Kuroki. This is where it's like a lot of luxury items coming off of Liquid, so we'll just check which ones. I think it's an full Aghanims for the Crystal Maiden. And wait, did I just say that right?
Aghanims is so good now too. I don't know if I've seen an Aghanims Crystal Maiden in a competitive game personally, but you gotta remember that's frostbite for anyone stuck inside.
Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting that you can you can give the moon shards to your teammates globally.
Yep, it's globally.
I saw him turn and it looked like he used it on the Crystal Maiden. And I was like, did Miracle just give CM a moon shard? And then I see the Furion has it all the way in the top lane. I forgot that you could do it globally.
Yeah,
I
it
did
doesn't
see
make a
that,
sound
yeah.
or anything. You just suddenly have it.
I thought it had gotten hotfixed because I saw that you could do it initially, and I thought somebody like said something, and I thought it was actually changed, but guess not.
Nope. And during this time window, I don't know how much Newbee were able to kind of get done. There is going to be a Roche coming up. That's probably what Liquid could be waiting for here.
What Newbee got done during that time was they pulled Juggernaut not only a Moon Shard, but an Aghanims as well now. So his net worth jumped up quite a bit.
Finally managed to get himself up in the head. It's over the scene. Only credit to all the assistance from his comrades. Get Liquid here. Miracle and Matoma in the bottom lane. Perched up. Waiting to find a sneaky way maybe inside, while on the other front, scouting the Roche to see when that will come back. Newbee just looks like they're going to double back towards their base here.
It's too hard for them to catch these split pushers, even though they have the Coddle Recall and the Nyx and the Earth Spirit being able to do it. It's just like all three lanes are being pressured in.
It's nighttime now too.
Yeah, and Liquid is doing a really good job of always having like 2 people. It's never one person isolated mid lane.
Oh, they spotted 9. Yeah, they got a good stun onto him. A force on in, a deafening blast. He finally gets the BKB off, but he's not able to get anything done. Both him and SCCC will go down. That's going to be a forced buyback. This could be the beginning of the end here. If Newbee can't hold, and now being down a man, it's going to be so big. And now they lose another. That's a gem on the deck as KP's going to get dropped. That's a crucial factor of their high ground defense. Now it's pretty much all on the Coddle to try to slow it down with SCCC. But I don't think they're going to be able to do it alone here. But Summer Man going right on in confidently with the BKB, taking it right to the tier 3, but the glyph is on. Hits him up with the Sprout. They look to bump him back. And now from the low ground, GH with the Agnum's freezing field doing destructive work, taking out Kaka right away. Miracle gets the finish on the tower, and Liquid looking to go for Megas and looking to at least even this series up 1-for-1. And I think they've got it. Megas now unleashed, and that's going to be the game. Liquid putting on a much stronger showing for game number 2. Newbee still make them sweat a bit for it, but that was definitely much more decisive. Liquid get their first win of DAC after 4 games. 4 games, they finally get it.
That was like some small mistakes from Newbee, just maybe a couple little overcommittals, and then the buyback from Mind Control. I think the big one was around that Ancient area, and then they get a Roche